I get to see parts of stadiums that I never fathomed even walking through. So it's been pretty cool. I had a chance to take a tour of the Cubs clubhouse today, and from when I was here, it was just the width of the batting cage. Now it's ungodly. They got everything down there, so that's pretty cool to see that they were able to, make that side more pleasing.
It shows me that there was a great commitment from ownership on down to give the Cubs the best opportunity to perform at the highest possible level. And they did win in 2016. You were here right after that 2003 season. You joined the Cubs. And I felt like it was a unique experience for everyone who played for the Cubs that year, because the intense media scrutiny after that 2003 season ended never stopped. And from the beginning of the year, really from spring training throughout, you guys were not followed like a normal Major League Baseball team.
No, and now that I'm older, I look at it as, and living in Dallas and having some Cowboys as neighbors, I look at it as like kind of like the Cowboy effect. Like, it doesn't matter what the record is of the Cowboys. If something happens, they're going to be the top news. So, and that's how it was being here in Chicago. And, for me coming from Minnesota, where everybody's Minnesota nice, and I'm sure your partner, Coomer, Boom Boom, can attest to that. It's a different feel. And, I just never could understand how intense people were about a game that they don't play. It still puzzles me, but, that's what I call fanatics.
They're very passionate in Chicago. It's what makes this place great when things are going well, but it can go the other way too. And you live both sides of it. Mm-hmm. What would be your advice to any young player playing here? Because it's not for everybody.
No, my advice for them, it's so different now because I didn't read the newspaper, but I grew up so close to here, and I got grandparents getting harassed, my wife in Texas getting harassed. Now they have the players have access to social media. People have so much access to them. I don't know what to tell them. It's like they don't. I mean, it's like, well, they got everything now. Yeah, but they have so much visibility. Like, they have to put themselves in a cocoon, and they're not as personable as guys used to be back in the day. And people are like, well, rightfully so, because they don't know who's out to get them. They don't know any of that. So my advice to them, for me, no new friends, no new friends. Stick with the people who rode that ride through the minor leagues, who, got you here. But, just try to, block out the negativity, because baseball is already predicated on failure. So there's a lot of negative already involved in the game that you love so much. But just try to block out all the noise from everywhere else.
Yeah, it's the psychological game that sometimes is just as important as the physical game, and that circle of trust that you have is huge. I want to talk about one of the guys in your circle of trust. It's the guy that we work with, Ron Coomer. You came in and you called him this just moments ago. You came into our booth and you go, "Hey, Boom Boom." And we all looked up because the last time I talked to you, you said he was Softball Sammy. Coom's got a lot of nicknames.
Yeah, he does. But, I think maybe Kirby gave him that name, Softball Sammy, Kirby Puckett. And, it stuck. But, in the bullpen, we used to have our own names for the guys. And, when Coomer used to come up, it was like he had the softball swing. But when he made contact, it was boom, boom. And it was like, we started calling him Boom Boom. And that's where that came from.
I love it. We know this on Cubs radio. You probably know it in a completely different way, because players talk about the game all the time during the game. He's really smart when it comes to baseball.
Oh, yes, he is. Especially from the hitting aspects. His philosophy, the way he saw the game was magical. And, when you're a player, he's a little older than I am watching. He was like, oh, he's going to be a coach one day. But nah, Boom Boom went in the booth, and that's awesome.
Well, what makes me laugh is he always talks about baseball from a hitter's perspective. And anytime he gets a chance, he'll knock pitchers. There's a sly comment here and there. How did you guys become friends? Because you're the exact opposite. You're a pitcher.
Yeah, and I'm the same way on the air. I'm siding with the pitchers all the time from the pitcher's perspective. But I always thought it was important to make sure I was friends with the position players, because we're picking each other's mind, and they're helping me and I'm helping them. Understanding what a pitcher's trying to do to them, understand what a hitter's trying to do to me, how they're trying to set me up. So just making sure, I don't care if they're your teammates. It's cool to talk about pitching with your other pitching guys, because, y'all trying to figure it out. but you unlock a whole nother side of the game when you can get inside of a hitter's mind, and that'll help you elevate your game.
And that gives you a glimpse into why LaTroy Hawkins has been such a successful broadcaster in Minnesota. Thank you very much for joining.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Great catching up with Hawk. Today is the last day to get your Cubs Charities 50-50 raffle tickets with a current jackpot of more than $285,000. Get your ticket now through the end of the game at Cubs.com/raffle or from a raffle ambassador at Wrigley Field through the 8th inning. Coming up, the Manager Show next on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday with Mully and Haw. Mornings 5:30 to 10 on The Score.
Christy Pierce-Rampone here, former member of the U.S. Women's National Soccer Team and 3-time gold medalist, 2-time World Cup champion, and part of the 99 team that won the Women's World Cup, igniting passion for soccer everywhere. And like Amazon Prime, I'm a lot of things beyond what I'm best known for. I'm a girl mom to 2 teenagers, a dog mom too, an entrepreneur, a TV commentator, and I use my Prime membership pretty much every day for so many things. I am known for being quick and crafty on the soccer field, and I am definitely crafty at home, especially digging in with the girls' school projects. And I rely on Amazon Prime to have what we need and get it to us with the speed I am used to. With every change of season, I love to decorate our home. And where do I get ideas and the goods? Prime, of course. Not to mention with all the great streaming options, it's a total gold medal experience. From streaming to shopping, it's on Prime. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to get more out of whatever you're into. That's Amazon.com/Prime.
The doctor's office that accidentally mixed up your files has your social security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info. And the hotel that lost your reservation has your passport number. You need LifeLock because your personal info is in endless places that can expose you to identity thieves. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year at LifeLock.com/radio. Terms apply.
Ice cold drinks from McDonald's contain 100% of your daily value of deliciousness. Take a McCafe Oreo frappe with real Oreo cookie pieces. It's $3.50 for a medium every day, so it's a caramel frappe. Then there's big flavors like frozen Coke, Fanta Blue Raspberry, or Hawaiian Punch. A medium is $2 every day. There are drinks, then there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group used under license. Coca-Cola and Fanta are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company. Hawaiian Punch is a registered trademark of Dr. Pepper 7-Up Inc.
Cubs Twins at Wrigley. Time now to give you access to Craig Counsel, sponsored by Access One, best in the business, managed IT, cybersecurity, and more. AccessOneIT.com. Some tough news for Adbert Alzolay.
So Adbert's going to do a surgery, basically a UCL reconstruction.
The timeline for that, do you know?
Long.
Likely out next season.
I'm not gonna quote doctors on that yet. Yeah, I'd probably let him do the surgery here and figure it out then.
Unless you just feel for him in that situation, just given trying to come back.
Yeah, I mean, he certainly made a big effort to come back and put a lot of work into trying to pitch this year. In the end, that there was, he tried and it was not possible to do it. And so he's got to go get this fixed and go down the rehab route and then get strong and ready to pitch again.
The baseball board next on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on The Score, official radio home of the Cubs.
Whenever I'm trying to lock in on the best deals, the McD app's got my back. They're always serving something that rocks with my budget. And my taste buds get in on the action, too. Only in the app can I choose between the bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, or the iconic sausage McMuffin with egg for just $2. Look no further than the McD app. Their deals stay locked in on delicious. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid from 6/25/24 through 9/1/24 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Excludes tax. Must opt in to rewards.
Lowe's knows the brands that won't let you down on the job. That's why we carry all the top pro brands, like exclusive A.O. Smith hot water heaters, the largest in-store selection of DeWalt power tools and accessories of any national retailer, and the largest in-store retail selection of Klein tools nationwide. The products you're loyal to are all here in the quantities you need. Lowe's knows top brands. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Toyota has electrified options for every lifestyle. We've got hybrids, plug-in hybrids. You can even go 100% electric. Toyota is electrified, diversified. Learn more about our Beyond Zero vision for the future at toyota.com/Beyond Zero.
Being able to share your passion with your son is magic.
Eyes on the ball.
Being able to see it live because you donated? That's Plasmagic. See how donating at Octapharma Plasma can make a difference in your life and the lives of others at plasmagic.com.
Jake from State Farm. I'm winning. I finally cleaned my house, so I'm breaking out my new tropical room spray.
Keep winning and create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It's like your own personal paradise.
Ooh, hey, grab me a coconut water.
Bundling, just another way to save with a personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
and Nate Klinger performing the national anthem this afternoon at Wrigley Field. The national anthem sponsored by American Sail. Bring the fun home. Cubs hosting Minnesota. Who are you banking on? Is sponsored by Busey Bank. Building business, growing wealth since 1868. I'm banking on Isak Paredes, who's coming off his best game as a Cub. 2 hits, 4 RBIs, including a 3-run home run last night. The pitching matchup is sponsored by Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Enjoy the laid-back experience of Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Javier Assad pitching for the Cubs, 5-3 with a 3.19 ERA. Fellow right-hander Joe Ryan going for the Twins, 7-7, a 3.59 ERA. Around Baseball is sponsored by Great Clips. For your next haircut, go to Great Clips. It's going to be great. Top half of the 5th inning in Cleveland. The Diamondbacks with a 4-0 lead over the Guardians. Geraldo Perdomo with a 2-run home run. Here at Wrigley Field, it's time for baseball. Cubs, Twins, Pat, Ron, next on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Ian Happ. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
The doctor's office that accidentally mixed up your files has your social security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info. And the hotel that lost your reservation has your passport number. You need LifeLock because your personal info is in endless places that can expose you to identity thieves. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year at LifeLock.com/radio. Terms apply.
Ice cold drinks from McDonald's contain 100% of your daily value of deliciousness. Take a McCafe Oreo frappe with real Oreo cookie pieces. It's $3.50 for medium every day, so it's a caramel frappe. Then there's big flavors like frozen Coke, Fanta Blue Raspberry, or Hawaiian Punch. A medium is $2 every day. There are drinks, then there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group used under license. Coca-Cola and Fanta are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company. Hawaiian Punch is a registered trademark of Dr. Pepper 7-Up Inc.
Christy Pierce-Rampone here, former member of the U.S. Women's National Soccer Team, 3-time gold medalist, and 2-time World Cup champion. I'm mom to 2 teenage girls and a dog mom too. All 4 of them need lots of stuff, and we always need it fast. And that's why we use Amazon Prime. When our favorite leash broke, I went right to Prime, and with one click, I ordered it again. Not to mention all the great streaming shows I watch with family. From streaming to shopping, it's on Prime. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to get more out of whatever you're into. Whatever you're into, it's on Prime.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast is presented by Health Markets. Shop for health insurance your way. And now, Odyssey and 670 The Score bring you Chicago Cubs baseball on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Get out the tape measure, long gone. Back to the stands. That ball is gone. A game-winning home run. Can you believe it? This is what you came in for. You got the Cubs game on the score.
Chicago Cubs baseball is presented to you in part by Benjamin Moore, Benny's Beverage Depot, Hefty Trash Bags, Sigler Subaru of Kenosha, Bosch Power Tools, James Hardy Building Products, Sloan, Stella Blue Coffee, Traffic Tech, Wintrust Community Banks, your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, Granger, official partner of the Chicago Cubs in Wrigley Field, Arturo Tires, and by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. And now, here's the Hall of Famer, Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer, with all the exciting play-by-play action of Chicago Cubs baseball.
Chicago Cubs baseball is on the air from Wrigley Field in Chicago. It's the third and final game of this series between the Chicago Cubs and the Minnesota Twins. Good afternoon, everybody. Along with former Cub and All-Star Ron Coomer, it's Pat Hughes reporting, and what a beautiful summer day we have here at the friendly confines today. Just a few harmless clouds in the sky, lots of blue overhead, 76 degrees, low humidity. The day you dream about in January and February if you live here in the Chicagoland area year-round. It's been a good series so far, each team with a win. The Cubs with an excellent outing last night from Shota Imanaga, winning his 9th against only 2 losses, and that evened up the series. Today, the final game, and a couple of right-handers are ready to work. Javier Assad is on the mound for the Cubs. Joe Ryan, a tough right-hander going from Minnesota. Let's go ahead and get right to the starting lineups for today's game. Sponsored by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all. Leading off for the Minnesota Twins at shortstop is Willie Castro. Trevor Lernick in left field. Jose Miranda at third base. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Matt Wallner. Ryan Jeffers will do the catching. Jeffers batting fifth for Minnesota. Carlos Santana, the veteran, at first base. Max Kepler in right field. Austin Martin is batting eighth and playing in center. And batting ninth, the second baseman, Brooks Lee. Those are the Twins. Here are the Cubs. Ian Happ will lead off in left field. Michael Busch at first base. Seiya Suzuki hitting third. Suzuki, the designated hitter. Isaac Paredes at third base. Batting fifth in right field, Mike Tauchman. Nico Horner at second base. The number 7 Cubs hitter is Dansby Swanson. Dansby plays shortstop. Pete Crow Armstrong in center. Christian Bethancourt batting ninth and catching for the Chicago Cubs. We are ready to go. Beautiful day. We thank you for joining with us. Back to get it started right after this. You are listening to The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Parkinson Spiegel on your ride home. Afternoons 2 to 6 on The Score.
Whenever I'm trying to lock in on the best deals, the MLB app's got my back. They're always serving something that rocks with my budget. And my taste buds get in on the action, too. Only in the app can I choose between the bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, or the iconic sausage McMuffin with egg for just $2. Look no further than the MLB app. Their deals stay locked in on delicious. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid from 6/25/24 through 9/1/24 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Excludes tax. Must opt in to rewards.
76 degrees at Wrigley. Beautiful day. Game time temperature sponsored by Four Seasons. Heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electric. Your trusted local experts. Four Seasons. The umpires today, Alex Tosi calling balls and strikes. The crew chief, Chicagoland native Dan Bellino at first. Tony Randazzo, the second base umpire, and Phil Cuzzy over at third. The announcement of the umpire sponsored by Suits 2020 in Niles, the largest selection of wedding outfits for grooms and groomsmen. Cubs on the field defensively with their home white uniforms, white shirts and trousers, blue pinstripes all over, blue hats, numerals, sleeves, and socks. Some guys have white shoes, some have black. The Twins in their traveling grays, gray shirts and trousers. They've got red numbers on their backs, black hats, helmets, sleeves, and socks. And they also have a variety of shoe colors. Uniform description sponsored by Benjamin Moore. We are ready for baseball. Willie Castro leads it off. First pitch by Javier Assad is in for a strike, and away we go. Benjamin Moore sponsors the uniform descriptions. Transform your clubhouse into a Cubs house with Cubbies blue, Wrigley Field green. Here's the ground ball to first, fielded by Bush. Unassisted play, out number one. Let's see, Cubs. Transform your clubhouse into a Cubs house with Cubbies blue, Wrigley Field green, or marquee red. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs. And Ron, as you think about Javier Assad on the mound for the Cubs today, what's on your mind?
Well, just being on the attack, and on the attack early in the at-bats and pitching ahead in the count. He has a great two-seam fastball, great action on his two-seamer. And if he can get ahead, then you can get some soft contact. But the key is staying away from the 3-0, 3-1, 2-0 counts and being ahead in the count. That's where Javi is at his best.
Trevor Lernick, left-handed batting left fielder, takes outside. Assad overall 5 wins, 3 losses. The big right-hander from Mexico fires down low, 2-0. Assad's last outing against the Cardinals back on the 2nd of August. Worked only 4 innings. Had no decision. Fastball strike on the inside. Javier, overall, though, Ron, you have to like his season ERA, 3.19. That tells you he's pitched a lot of good ball games.
Yeah, he really has.
Off-speed pitch down low for ball 3.
You know, he's one of those guys that has a unique skill. That two-seam fastball that moves as much as his does at times is a unique pitch. And I think hitters have a hard time with it, even if you know it's coming.
The pitch is high for ball 4. It is a 1-out walk. A man on, and the batter now is Jose Miranda.
I was going to pitch somewhere around that 93, 94 miles an hour. Sometimes can pump it up a little bit. But as always, Speed Gun powered by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once.
Assad facing the Twins for the first time ever. Here's a swing and a pop fly, shallow center. Racing in, Crow Armstrong makes a sliding catch. Throws to first too late. Excellent catch by Pete Crow Armstrong. The speedy young center fielder ran in. The wind was pulling it back toward the infield. He had to slide and make a very difficult catch. Dansby Swanson bailed out to avoid a collision, so Dansby did a good job. Nice play by Crow Armstrong.
Yeah, I like that he was very aggressive coming in the whole time. And the other thing that's important for all Cubs infielders today is being aggressive going out to the ball. With that wind blowing in hard, you know as the ball starts coming down, it's going to be blowing back in towards the infield. Dansby was aggressive, but Pete made a nice play.
Matt Wallner, the designated hitter, steps in to follow up on your comment there, Ron. As a hitter, if you've been used to playing in games where the wind is blowing out and now it's blowing in for today, what adjustments do you have to make?
I just think you try to keep the ball out of the air. You know, I mean, you have to really blast one to hit one out of here. We saw that yesterday. You know, a couple home runs that were hit on a normal day without the wind blowing in like it was. The balls end up in the street. Instead, they ended up in a basket.
Wallner lines one to right center. Trouble in the gap up against the wall. Armstrong gets it back in. Being waved is the runner Larnach, and he will score. It's an RBI double for Matt Wallner. It one-hopped the barrier out near the 368 marker. I thought the Cubs might have a shot at Larnach, but they did not.
Well, what happens, Pete does a great job of getting to this ball. It hits the garage door, bounces to him, and he bare hands it. And then he just turns around and fires at the cutoff men, but he overshoots the cutoff guys. And it's a double cutoff with Horner and Dansby, but he overshoots them. And Tommy Watkins, the third base coach, once he sees that ball's going to go over them, he sends the runner, and the run scores.
Twins lead 1-0. RBI number 15 for Matt Wallner. So the base on balls comes back to bite Javier Assad. Ryan Jeffers, right-handed batting catcher, will take a strike in the count 1-1. It was a very hard hit ball by Wallner. A clothesline that one-hopped the wall out in right center. Fans still filing in. Swing and a miss in the count 1-2. For the first time in several games, there are actually some empty seats in the upper deck as the game gets underway.
Boy, it's just a gorgeous day here at Wrigley. If you're around the area, you couldn't draw up much better day than you get today here at the Friendly Confines.
Nice little breeze blowing, 76 degrees. After you live here for a long time, Ron, I don't have to tell you, being a native, you learn to really appreciate these days in August and into September, because you know they are numbered. Now the 1-2. Hit off the hands on the ground is short. Swanson will throw to first to get him. The Twins get a run on a hit, lead 1 after a half inning. Minnesota 1, Cubs coming up. This is The Score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday with Bernstein and Holmes, 10 a.m. to 2 on The Score.
I love sports. I love them so much, I never want them to stop. But as the playoffs wind down, we get fewer games, and the sports aren't sportsing like I want them to. But FanDuel lets me keep the sports going whenever I want. All I have to do is open the app and dream up bets anytime I'm in the mood. And this summer, FanDuel is hooking up all customers with a boost or a bonus daily. That's right, there's something for everyone, every day, all summer long. So head over to FanDuel.com/stream and start making the most out of your summer. FanDuel, official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. 21 plus and present in Illinois. Opt-in required. Wager requirements apply. Bonuses awarded as non-withdrawable bonus bets or profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including bonus expiration. See terms and conditions at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Take your business further with the smart and flexible American Express Business Gold Card. It's packed with benefits to help unlock more value from your business purchases. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Learn more at americanexpress.com/businessgoldcard.
At Shirley Ryan Ability Lab, every journey is unique, but they all have the same destination: ability. Choose the #1 rehabilitation hospital. Choose Shirley Ryan Ability Lab.
Want the same expert advice you get from the pros in the store while shopping online at DiscountTire.com? Meet Treadwell, your personal online tire guide that matches you with the perfect tire for your vehicle. Get your best match in 1 minute or less with Treadwell by Discount Tire. Let's get you taken care of.
ComEd is preparing the electric grid and providing incentives to make it possible for more households and businesses to make the switch to electric products, like induction cooktops, clothes dryers, heating and cooling systems, and even electric forklifts. Learn more about how we can help create a clean energy future for all at ComEd.com/clean energy. ComEd, powering lives.
Joe Ryan is a right-hander, native of Northern California. He has a record of 7-7. ERA of 3.59. And he'll go to work on Ian Happ, the Cubs' leadoff batter. And the pitch on the way to Ian, a swing and a miss. Leadoff batter is presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. If Ian Happ gets a base hit, Benny's will donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Happ will take a strike. Ron, what's the game plan for the Cubs hitters against Joe Ryan?
Now, Joe Ryan does something that a lot of young pitchers are starting to do in the league, and that's, the guys with the good fastball. He kind of slings it up there, but he's fastball, and he's got a good split finger.
Swing and a miss on a fastball, and that's out number one. A 3-pitch strikeout suffered by Ian Happ. Here's Michael Busch.
Kind of gives you a little bit of that upshoot fastball with that delivery. But then he also, so you get the high riding fastball and then the split finger going down. The other thing about him, you better be ready to hit because he's not walking a bunch of guys, and he does have good strikeout numbers.
Busch 1 for 7 in the series, hitting .258. Takes outside for a ball.
There's kind of an oddity, though, with him, Pat, that I can't quite put my finger on it. So his games pitched.
Fastball strike.
He very seldom gets out of it. Like, he pitches a lot of 5-inning ball games, right? So when you see that, and he's on the attack, he doesn't walk a lot of guys. He's a good strikeout guy, but, obviously his pitch count gets up there. And, he throws a lot of 5-inning ball games. Now, he's thrown well, but that's kind of odd to me.
Fastball swung on and missed. 1-2 on Michael Busch. Ryan has a very simplified windup. Stands with both feet on the rubber. Just kind of turns and delivers. Keeps it very simple. Outside, it's 2-2. Ryan, 22 starts for the year. He has allowed 18 home runs. Here's a high fly ball, deep right field. Back to the wall goes Kepler. It's got a chance. Gone. Home run from Michael Busch. Ball game tied 1-1.
Do you think they're pretty happy in Emmett Grove Heights, Minnesota right about now? Michael Busch playing his hometown team and just launches one halfway up the bleachers and right. Ties the ball game, and there is no better feeling than playing your hometown against your hometown team and blasting one against them. So way to go, Michael.
I know when you were a Twin, you did that very thing against the White Sox very frequently and occasionally against the Cubs right here at Wrigley.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people in that area of Minnesota right now that are pretty happy.
Busch with his 16th of the year. It got way up into the bleachers, about halfway up almost. Straight away right. Suzuki taking a ball. It's 1-1. So each team gets on the board here in the opening inning. 1-1. Seiya takes a changeup low and inside. It's 2-1. Another hefty home run sponsored by Hefty, the official trash bag of the Chicago Cubs. Hefty strong all day long. Swinging a foul back and out of play. The RBI is a reminder, those are sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Cubs trying to win a series. I wrote down a note here, Ron. I want to get your opinion on it. Here comes the 2-2 to Suzuki. It's outside. Games for the Cubs right now are not must-wins, but they're close to being must-wins.
I couldn't agree more. I think you're seeing that also in the way.
Fly ball left center field, playable for Larnach or Martin. Larnach, the left fielder, makes the catch. And that's out number 2. Game tied at 1 in the first. Here's Isaac Paredes.
Yeah, I would agree. You have to win series now. You've got to do better than that in a lot of series now. You're going to need some sweeps. You're going to need some 9 out of 10s here coming up, where you rattle off a series of wins if you're going to play in October. And I think what you're seeing also is the lineup showing that Counts is playing his starting 8 guys, day after day after day, because right now, in the next 3 weeks, it's kind of make or break time.
Isaac Paredes had his biggest day as a Chicago Cub last night. A homer, also a run-scoring single. He drove in 4, but it was his 3-run homer in the first inning that gave the Cubs the lead last night that they would never relinquish. Now the 1-1 to Isaac, a swing and a miss on a changeup. 1-2.
You made a comment yesterday after that, later in the game, and you said that was the play of the game because of the night before and the struggles that the offense had. They only got 3 hits and really just not in the game offensively. And then with that big swing, that pitch misses wide. With that big swing, it changed everything and erased everything that happened the night before. And I couldn't agree more with you as we watched that game progress. Maybe the best game the Cubs played, and that was the play of the game.
There's a ground ball to short, fielded by Castro, and he'll throw to first. That's in time to end the inning. Cubs get a run on the homer by Michael Busch, and at the end of 1, Cubs 1, Twins 1. This is The Score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Parkins and Spiegel on your ride home. Afternoons 2 to 6 on The Score.
I love sports. I love them so much, I never want them to stop. But as the playoffs wind down, we get fewer games, and the sports aren't sportsing like I want them to. But FanDuel lets me keep the sports going whenever I want. All I have to do is open the app and dream up bets anytime I'm in the mood. And this summer, FanDuel is hooking up all customers with a boost or a bonus daily. That's right, there's something for everyone, every day, all summer long. So head over to FanDuel.com/stream and start making the most out of your summer. FanDuel, official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. 21 plus and present in Illinois. Opt-in required. Wager requirements apply. Bonuses awarded as non-withdrawable bonus bets or profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including bonus expiration. See terms and conditions at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Take your business further with the smart and flexible American Express Business Gold Card. It offers flexible spending capacity that adapts to your business. You can also earn up to $395 in annual statement credits on eligible purchases at select business merchants. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business gold card.
Cubs and Twins tied at 1 after 1. The first inning was powered by Invesco QQQ. Tomorrow's innovation awaits with Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated.
Carlos Santana will lead off the inning. He will take an off-speed pitch for a strike from Javier Assad. Santana, 14 home runs for the veteran. Swings and misses, and an off-speed pitch, 0-2. Getting back to the first inning homer last night by Isaac Paredes. There's something also, Ron, when you have one of your aces on the mound, and the Cubs had Shota Imanaga. Here's a base hit up the middle for Carlos Santana. 0-2 pitch. I'm sure Assad did not want to leave that one where he did, which is to say in a very hittable area. And it's a leadoff single, and here's Max Kepler. But when you've got one of your aces on the mound and you take a 3-0 lead in the first inning, everyone in the ballpark feels good about it.
Yeah, you there's no doubt. You feel like, okay, boys, we just got to play a good game, and this is a W. Because our guy's keeping us, not only keeping us in the game, but he's going to stop them from scoring. They're not scoring many runs. I couldn't agree more. I've played behind some guys that were legitimate aces on a staff. And if you put numbers up early in the ballgame, first or second inning, you're like, we're good. Now let's just play defense. And, it's a different mindset. It's hard to explain, but you scored 3 runs behind Roger Clemens. That's over.
See, not only do you feel it, the guys on the other team,
Yes,
they might not admit it, but they feel it too.
Yep, absolutely.
There's a fastball in there for a strike, 2-1. The Cubs, in games in which Shota Imanaga has started, are now 17-4. Here's the set. And the 2-1 from Javier Assad, a swing and a miss. Good change of pace, 2-2.
I think playing behind Kerry Wood, we had that feeling. What are you knocking some runs early in the ball game, first or second, go up 2-0, 3-0. You're like, he's going to punch out 15 of their guys. We got this game.
For a while, Mark Pryor, the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, with Carlos Zambrano and Ted Lilly and Ryan Dempster, you had some excellent pitchers on the same staff, 2007 and 8. Here's a pitch down low. And the World Series team, John Lester, Jake Arrieta, and Kyle Hendricks. That's one of the best threesomes I can even think of, not just for the Cubs, but any team in the last quarter of a century. Swinging a foul out of play. And there have been some good ones, I know.
Mm-hmm. How about Santana taking off from first base? He is not known as a runner, but Marco Baldelli, the wind blowing in, knowing that, runs could be somewhat tough to come by, and getting some motion at first base.
Max Kepler. I'm sorry, Ron. Max Kepler lines one to right. That's a fair ball. Running with the pitch was Santana. He will motor to third on a long single by Max Kepler. A liner just over the outstretched, leaping effort by Bush at first. And it landed fair by less than a foot. Santana to third, men at the corners, nobody out, and the batter, Austin Martin, in a 1-1 game in the second inning.
And the Cubs catch a break on this, because if this goes down the line about another 5 feet and misses the sidewall that goes out from the dugout and gets down towards the corner, it's at least a double, if not a triple, and a run would score.
Infield back, first and third. Assad curveball outside to Martin. Martin with 1 home run, 10 RBIs, hitting .233. So back-to-back singles by the Twins, Santana and Kepler. Assad could use a strikeout right about now. There's a pitch in there for a strike, 1-1. Not only is Assad making his first ever appearance against the Twins, there was only one player, and that was Santana, who had 1 at-bat against him, and that's it. Nobody else had even seen him in the big leagues. So both hitters and pitchers are learning about their opponents.
I have to think that's advantage pitcher when I see that.
The 1-1 now to Martin. It's outside, 2-1. How many times did you need to see a pitcher generally, on the average, before you felt like, okay, I know what he throws, I know how hard he throws, I know the movement, I know the off-speed stuff? There's the 2-1. Inside for a ball, 3-1.
At least a few times, right?
7 or 8.
Yeah,
maybe?
I would say, and to really get a good feel. And, then there are times where, back then the schedule was different, where you played your own division a lot. So you could at least, hear about what the guy's doing regularly. But a day like today, American League team facing, Assad, they haven't seen that. That's definitely advantage Howie.
Fastball strike. Martin not aggressive on that 3-1 pitch that was right down the middle. Let's keep an eye on the runner, Kepler, at first. He's got his lead, and now time called.
Double plays turned by the Cubs today, and they could use one right now. Sponsored by Nissan. They make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today at Nissan.
Kepler not running. Here's the little pop fly. It's going to be caught by Nico Horner at second base. Runners have to hold. And that's out number 1. Martin got jammed. Good pitch by Assad right in on the thumbs. And the batter is Brooks Lee.
And the second inning sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Remember, on Southwest, 2 bags fly free.
2 bags fly free. I had that written down because you've been telling me pretty much every day.
Yeah, I just don't want you to forget.
I've got it locked in. Brooks Lee waiting. He's a left-handed hitter. Cubs middle infielders stay back. Paredes, the third baseman, even with the bag. Bush, of course, holding the runner Kepler at first. Game tied at 1, second inning.
Right now, one hopper to Nico or Dansby would be ideal.
First pitch missing down low. It's actually the second pitch. It's now 2-0. First inning powered by Invesco QQQ. Tomorrow's innovation awaits with Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated. There's a pickoff throw to third, and the ball bounces away. Down to second will go Kepler, holding at third Santana. The throw by Bethencourt hit, I believe, the back of the runner. Santana diving back into third. Cubs kind of caught a break run. That ball could have ended up down the left field line.
Yeah, this throw is right into the back of Santana, right over the bag. And for some reason, I think Paredes gets blocked out. He didn't see this ball, and it hits him right in the wrist and the glove hand side. And
swing and a miss by Brooks Lee, and the count 2-2. Here's where Assad needs a strikeout.
Yep. And the Cubs were lucky that at least the runner at third held his ground and was not able to score, even though Kepler goes to second on the error. And that's going to be an error on Paredes, I got to believe.
2 balls, 2 strikes, minutes, second and third. Game still tied at 1. It's a good Twins team. They are 14 games over 500. The pitch. Swinging a bouncer foul behind the plate. Trying to get him with a low slider. Do you throw him another one, or you maybe climb the ladder and try to get him to chase a high hard one?
I like that two-seamer at his front hip and see if you can get the strikeout. That inside fastball.
The 2-2. There it was, fouled back. It looked like Lee was ready for it.
Yeah, he was. He was on it, and that pitch had a lot more of the strike zone, I think, than Javi would have liked. He'd like that ball to be inside another 3 or 4 inches, 5 inches.
Cubs keep the infield back with men at second and third. Lee takes a changeup low and outside. 3-2. Willie Castro, the leadoff hitter, is on deck.
Now, Santana at third base is not a great runner. So Bush is playing in about halfway, and Nico is in about 3 or 4 steps. So a hard hit ground ball to the right side could have a play at the plate.
Liner foul down the right field line. The second inning brought to you by Grainger. The Cubs count on Grainger's help to keep beautiful Wrigley Field running. To get the products you need, call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, official partner of the Chicago Cubs and Wrigley Field. Here's the pitch. Fouled away again. Pretty good battle.
And that was that elevated fastball you were talking about a couple pitches ago. See if he goes now back down to that slider down and in. See if he can get Lee to either swing over the top of it or hit a one-hopper to Bush.
And the 3-2 on the way. Fouled away again. This is one of those at-bats, Ron, where you expect almost every hitter to be aggressive. It's an RBI spot.
Yeah.
You got the infield back, you got one away, and teammates at second and third.
Yeah, you want to put this ball in play, that's for sure. Lee is giving Javi a very good battle. This is a good little tug of war going on here.
Now the 3-2. It's very high for ball 4. The batter Lee is still at the home plate area.
Right?
Did we have the wrong count? Now we are being told the count is 3-2. We did have the wrong count. Here comes the payoff pitch. Lined foul down the right field line. Either that or some new rules have been instituted in baseball since the start of the game.
Let me check my phone. I didn't get that memo.
I did not either.
Yeah.
It would have been rather inconsiderate of them to do it right during a ball game.
A couple notifications from MLB, but it's, the red lights aren't going off saying rule change.
Here's a swing and a pop-up foul and out of play. So you've seen that before. It sounds like that was the voice of experience.
Well, yeah. I whenever I get that thing pop up on my phone and it says MLB, I take a peek just to make sure they haven't changed it to 4 outs or something different. But that hadn't happened so far.
I always check to see that they haven't changed broadcasters. Here's the stretch. And the 3-2 hit softly up the middle. Backhanded by Horner. Has to go to first. Does. In time, a run scores on the play. And the Twins lead 2-1. Kepler goes to third as Santana scores. That soft liner right back through the box. Javier got a glove on it. Had he caught it, it probably would have been a double play, but he could not snag it. Score that one 1-4-3. The RBI for Lee. Tommy Hottovy out to see about Javier Assad.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate for Assad. You know, you battle and you make a nice pitch with that slider up and in. And Lee did a good job of, just getting on top of it, not popping it up. But for the Cubs, if that ball's over, towards the mound another 3 or 4 inches, that's just an easy catch for Assad.
Willie Castro, the batter. Willie has a distinctive spelling of his first name. There's no E at the end. It's Willi. Willie. 2 down, a man at third. 2-1 Twins. First couple of innings have been a struggle for the pitcher so far, even though it's kind of a good day to be a pitcher with that wind blowing in. And the 1-0 to Castro. Sinker down low, 2-0. Cubs are off tomorrow. They'll be on the south side taking on the White Sox on Friday night and Saturday night. Here's the 2-0. Line toward left coming in. Ian Happ slides and makes a nice catch to end the inning. Twins get a run on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 1 man left. Middle of inning number 2. Twins 2, Cubs 1 on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday with Bernstein and Holmes, 10 a.m. until 2 on the Score.
Take your business further with the smart and flexible American Express Business Gold Card. It's packed with benefits to help unlock more value from your business purchases. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business gold card.
ComEd is preparing the electric grid and providing incentives to make it possible for more households and businesses to make the switch to electric products, like induction cooktops, clothes dryers, heating and cooling systems, and even electric forklifts. Learn more about how we can help create a clean energy future for all at ComEd.com/clean energy. ComEd, powering lives.
The doctor's office that accidentally mixed up your files has your social security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info. And the hotel that lost your reservation has your passport number. You need LifeLock because your personal info is in endless places that can expose you to identity thieves. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year at LifeLock.com/radio. Terms apply.
This summer, get away in the Hyundai you've always wanted at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get the hottest deals of the season on many of our award-winning Hyundai models, which all come with America's best warranty. But get going, because these deals won't last. Add more joy to your journey at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now for a limited time, get 1.99% APR for 60 months on the Hyundai Tucson or Elantra. Hurry into the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Offers end September 3rd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
On Sunday, August 25th, Luke Bryan returns to Wrigley Field and will feature special guests Bailey Zimmerman, Tracy Lawrence, and Chase Beckham. Purchase your tickets today at Cubs.com/concerts. Pat?
All right, Zach, let's see if the Cubs can answer right back. Trailing by a run as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Mike Tauchman will take the first pitch high from Joe Ryan. Tauchman, Horner, and Swanson against the Twins right-hander. 1-0 pitch missing inside, ball 2. Cubs got their run on a homer by Bush in the first inning. Tauchman pops it up. Playable for the third baseman, Miranda. Coming halfway down the line, near the line, makes the catch between third and home. And that's out number one. And here's Nico Horner.
And so far, we see Ryan a very good fastball. Haven't really seen the split become a factor yet, but that kind of three-quarter delivery upshoot fastball, we've seen that, and it's a good one. The only person that squared it up is Michael Busch. He had a long home run to right center.
Horner 2 for 8 in this series. Let's see if Nico can crank up a rally. And takes a strike 0-1. Get some matchups for that game on Friday night on the south side. Next pitch swung on and missed, 0-2. Jamison Tyone against Garrett Crochet. That's the Friday night game. That starts at 7:10. Saturday night, an hour earlier, 6:15 start, Justin Steele against Chris Flexen. And the White Sox finally put an end to their miserable streak. There's a bouncer towards second, charging as Lee in a running throw to first. And Nico never left the batter's box area. Not sure if he slipped. Is he okay? He appears to be.
Yeah, I was watching the ball. Oh, I know what happened. Nico dropping his bat got caught up in his feet. And about 2 steps out of the batter's box, it just stayed between his feet. He hit the deck, and he just ends up going back to the dugout.
On his follow-through, and you're exactly right, Ron. It might sound odd, but I'm not sure if I've ever seen that before. 2 down, here's Dansby Swanson. He followed through and started running, as you always do once you hit the ball. And the bat got tangled up in his feet.
Yeah, when you drop it behind you, you drop it, it caught his back foot, his right foot. And then when he moved it, it kicked the bat around and went right between his legs, rattling around between his feet. And that would be 2 minutes for tripping in hockey, but not in baseball.
It did. The bat tripped him up, and he stumbled, and he picked up the bat and just walked back to the dugout. 2 down. Here's Dansby Swanson with a count of 0-2. Dansby enjoyed a 3-hit night last evening. 2 singles and a triple, lifting his average up to 230. But the White Sox beat the Oakland A's last night by a score of 5-1. Fastball strike 3 called, and that ends the inning. Cubs do nothing. It's on to the third. Twins 2, Cubs 1. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to every Cubs game all season long right here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Whenever I'm trying to lock in on the best deals, the MLB app's got my back. They're always serving something that rocks with my budget. And my taste buds get in on the action, too. Only in the app can I choose between the bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, or the iconic sausage McMuffin with egg for just $2. Look no further than the MLB app. Their deals stay locked in on delicious. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid from 6/25/24 through 9/1/24 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Excludes tax. Must opt in to rewards.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
ComEd is preparing the electric grid and providing incentives to make it possible for more households and businesses to make the switch to electric products, like induction cooktops, clothes dryers, heating and cooling systems, and even electric forklifts. Learn more about how we can help create a clean energy future for all at ComEd.com/clean energy. ComEd, powering lives.
At Shirley Ryan Ability Lab, every journey is unique, but they all have the same destination: ability. Choose the #1 rehabilitation hospital. Choose Shirley Ryan Ability Lab.
We move on to the third inning. Trevor Larnach will lead things off from Minnesota. We welcome a guest, special guest, Danny Parkins of The Score, flagship radio station of the Chicago Cubs radio network. Danny, how are you today?
Pat, it's an honor, as always. Thank you, sir. Well, how are you?
Well, you've got a radiothon coming up on The Score. Here's a liner toward right center on the run. Tachman makes the catch. Hard hit ball by Trevor Larnach. That's out number one. But tell us a little bit about the origin of the idea to have the radiothon.
Yeah, so on August 15th, it'll be the second time that I've done this. Did it about 3 years ago to raise money to fund the construction of a grocery store on the west side of Chicago. And you guys were kind enough to help me promote that. And after that happened, I met with Crane Kenny, and we talked about ways that we could kind of bring the Cubs and the radiothon together. And my brother was unfortunately diagnosed with glioblastoma, which is terminal brain cancer. And he passed away last April. And Crane actually knew a few people in his life that had glioblastoma. And so we'll be raising money in partnership with the Cubs and Wrigley Field and Stand Up to Cancer, the terrific charity partner of Major League Baseball. I'll be broadcasting for 24 hours on the 15th to the 16th to hopefully raise $1 million and then some for cancer research.
Wow. It's a tremendous gesture and event that is coming up. Your brother must have been around your age, which is to say way too young to leave. Here's a high pop fly playable for Bush on the right side. I take it you two are very close.
Yeah, he was. He's my older brother. Best man in his wedding. He was the best man in mine. He had 2 kids that were in high school when he was diagnosed, and it's so terrible and so cruel. Like one day he's healthy and vibrant, the next day he has headaches, and then the next day, there's a tumor the size of a peach in his brain, and our whole world changed.
Matt Wallner gets hit by the pitch. It was an off-speed delivery. He takes his base. 2 down, third inning, visiting with Danny Parkins. Go ahead, Ron.
And I was just say, Danny, so with this radiothon and the connection with the Cubs, obviously, and you and Crane kind of putting this thing together, what can we do to help you?
Well, that's so kind. So, CUBSforACure.com is where the information is, and donations are available now. But the day of the radiothon, August 15th, we're going to have dollar-for-dollar matches. We're going to have tickets. We're going to have incentives. Businesses, individuals of privilege and means have come together and made donations so that, if you say, how does my $5 matter? Well, we're going to have, if you're tuning in that day, your $5 will become $10. Your $100 will become $200. And there will be opportunities you could get autograph memorabilia, experiences here at the ballpark. Actually, I think you guys have already donated generously a meet and greet and a booth experience where people can come in and watch you guys do an inning and take a picture. And so the Cubs have been such amazing partners. And so,
deep drive to left, trouble if it's fair, down the line, hooking and going foul.
So again, CUBSforACure.com is where, if people want to just donate right now because they're thinking about it. If your company wants to get involved, we still have opportunity for corporate involvement. Yeah. 670radiothon@gmail.com, 670radiothon@gmail.com. You can email me. My DMs on Twitter are open. If you and your business would like to get involved, make a tax-deductible donation to Cubs charities, and we're going to raise a bunch of money.
Strike 3 call. We'll be back with Danny in a moment. The Twins do not score. They leave 1. We go to the bottom of inning number 3. Minnesota 2, Cubs 1. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Chicago Cubs memories are made right here with Pat, Ron, and Zach on the Cubs Radio Network.
The doctor's office that accidentally mixed up your files has your social security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info. And the hotel that lost your reservation has your passport number. You need LifeLock because your personal info is in endless places that can expose you to identity thieves. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year at LifeLock.com/radio. Terms apply.
Ice cold drinks from McDonald's contain 100% of your daily value of deliciousness. Take a McCafe Oreo frappe with real Oreo cookie pieces. It's $3.50 for a medium every day, so it's a caramel frappe. Then there's big flavors like frozen Coke, Fanta Blue Raspberry, or Hawaiian Punch. A medium is $2 every day. There are drinks, then there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group used under license. Coca-Cola and Fanta are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company. Hawaiian Punch is a registered trademark of Dr. Pepper 7-Up Inc.
ComEd is preparing the electric grid and providing incentives to make it possible for more households and businesses to make the switch to electric products, like induction cooktops, clothes dryers, heating and cooling systems, and even electric forklifts. Learn more about how we can help create a clean energy future for all at ComEd.com/clean energy. ComEd, powering lives.
Before we go to the bottom of the third, 10 seconds for station identification. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs and all of Chicago's teams. Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on The Score. WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Third inning sponsored in part by Stella Blue Coffee and Barstool Big Cat. We thank them for being the official coffee sponsors of Cubs Radio. As we move to the bottom of inning number 3, Pete Crow Armstrong swings and misses, and the count 0-1. And for someone who's planning a radiothon, Danny, I think we got to set you up with some delicious Stella Blue coffee. You might need it come radiothon.
Yeah, hour number 17, 18, 19 of consecutive talking and broadcasting. Little caffeine never hurt anybody.
I think Electric Avenue, like right into the veins, is going to be what you need.
Perfect. Let's do it. Let's get it going. Whatever gets me through the day.
Hey, yeah.
Stella Blue, Big Cat Blend, Electric Avenue, Positive Vibes, all kinds of great choices. We thank them for being the official coffee sponsor of Cubs Radio. You can pick up some Stella Blue coffee at Mariano's, Jewel, Pick and Save, the Metro Market, or order online at StellaBlueCoffee.com. Visiting with Danny Parkins of The Score, planning a radiothon to raise money for brain cancer research. And Danny, what are some of the things you're planning? And time called the pitcher, Joe Ryan, kind of walking around as if he's not feeling 100%, Ron.
Yeah, he threw that pitch and walked right off the mound. Now he's kicking at the dirt. So something happened that wasn't very good. And instantly, he didn't even get the ball back from the catcher. I don't know if he pulled something. We're going to watch in our monitor again this pitch. And it just looked like, he waved out the trainer right away immediately. And I did not see it. The only thing that it looked like to me is he was unable to really finish his pitch.
He's going to leave.
Yeah.
He is going to leave this ball game right now. So we're going to take a timeout. We will get a report perhaps soon from the Twins clubhouse regarding the exact nature of Joe Ryan's issue. We can tell you that pitching changes by the opposition, sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. We'll be right back in a moment. It is 2-1 Minnesota. We are in the third inning. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Dansby Swanson. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Whenever I'm trying to lock in on the best deals, the McD app's got my back. They're always serving something that rocks with my budget. And my taste buds get in on the action too. Only in the app can I choose between the bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, or the iconic sausage McMuffin with egg for just $2. Look no further than the McD app. Their deals stay locked in on delicious. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid from 6/25/24 through 9/1/24 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Excludes tax. Must opt in to rewards.
Jake from State Farm. I'm winning. I finally cleaned my house, so I'm breaking out my new tropical room spray.
Keep winning and create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It's like your own personal paradise.
Ooh, hey, grab me a coconut water.
Bundling, just another way to save with a personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
O'Reilly Auto Parts Loaner Tool Program offers more than 80 specialty tools. Refundable deposit required. Stop by O'Reilly today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The new Twins pitcher is Trevor Richards. Joe Ryan leaving. And again, we're not going to speculate. We'll wait for a report to tell you why he had to leave. We're visiting with Danny Parkins of The Score. You might hear him afternoons along with Matt Spiegel. I listen many times when Cubs have a night game driving into the ballpark. But tell us some of the plans for the Radiothon, Danny, regarding programming for 24 hours.
Right. So, again, it'll be August 15th to the 16th, and we're going to be, we're not talking Bears practice that day. We're going to be talking about cancer awareness and the benefits of cancer research. And so there will be current patients that are facing brain cancer that'll be on. Doctors, including my brother's neuro-oncologist, is going to come on and talk about it. But then also, high-profile sports figures that have faced cancer. So Ryan Sandberg is going to be coming on. Jameson Tyone will be coming on. John Lester is scheduled to call in. Eddie Olczyk is going to be coming on. And so, athletes past and present that have dealt with cancer, specifically doctors, current patients, and the proceeds from the Radiothon again go to Brain Up, which is really an amazing brain cancer charity based right here in Chicago that it's as simple as it sounds. That they fund research because the only way to find a cure and to improve quality of life and duration of life for this terrible disease is through science and research. And so Brain Up's based right here in Chicago. I'm fortunate enough to sit on the board of directors of the charity, and so that's what we're doing.
So, and you have a very interesting connection to the Chicago Cubs also.
Yeah.
And just tell us about that. I won't. You tell us about your connection, and maybe a pretty important guy in the Cubs organization right now.
Yeah, I've known Craig Counsell a long time. So my brother, same dad, different mom, but he's my brother. So he's older than me, and so I didn't grow up in Wisconsin, but my brother did. And Whitefish Bay, him and Craig Counsell, best friends, right? Grade school and high school. And so I've known Craig since before he was called up with the Marlins in '97. Actually, funny story, his first game at Wrigley, me, my mom, my dad, and my brother, we got second row tickets behind the visitors dugout. That Marlins team in '97 that ended up winning the World Series had Moises Alou, Bobby Bonilla. They're playing catch in front of the visitors dugout before the game. And I'm 11 years old, and I'm holding up a sign that says Craig Counsell Fan Club. And Alou just
I could see him and Bonilla just
dying. Dying. How does this guy who just got called up have a fan club? And then, so I met them before the going back to the bus afterwards, and they all signed my baseball as a kid. And I thought it was the coolest thing in the world that my brother's best friend was in the big leagues. And then
it was.
And it was the coolest thing ever. Right. And so, actually, it's kind of funny, full circle thing. I mean, Craig comes on the show now every other week with me and Speaks. My first ever interview in high school radio, Craig Counsell, that my brother set up. So I've been talking to Craig for a long, long time.
Now, has that interview, the first one, been on the Parkins and Spiegel show? I want to hear that one.
We have burned the tapes. I asked him about his batting stance. And
That's a good question. That was relevant.
It was relevant. I remember asking him about his batting stance, and I remember him being very, very kind to a very, very nervous 15-year-old.
Trevor Richards is the new pitcher. Again, Joe Ryan leaving, walking off the mound. Some type of injury. We'll tell you what it is when we find out. Pete Crow Armstrong will take a breaking ball low from Trevor Richards for ball one. Richards spent part of this season with Toronto, now with Minnesota. Overall, 47 games. All but 2 of those out of the bullpen. Off-speed pitch down low in the count 3-2. What does that do to a hitter, Ron, when you've been gearing up to face one guy and he leaves after a couple of innings, and now you got to face a relatively unknown guy?
Well, everything that you prepped for all day long just gets scrapped, and now you're, bullpen mode.
Line drive base hit to right center by Pete Crow Armstrong. It's a leadoff single here in the third. Cubs trail 2-1, and the batter, Christian Bethancourt.
Yeah, so quickly what'll happen is you go back in the dugout while he's getting ready, and you try to find that scouting report quickly and get a little recap of what the new guy is throwing. And, that'll be what the Cubs guys have done with Kelly.
Bethancourt, the number 9 hitter, waiting. And shows bunt and takes down low. So, Danny, I know you've done radiothons before, but do you get to take a little bit of a break, maybe take a 20-minute nap here and there?
There'll be no nap, but in the later portion of the evening, you get Ryan Sandberg in studio to tell his story.
Armstrong runs, and they'll never get him. Huge jump. Stole it much more on the pitcher, Richards, than he did on the throw by the catcher, Jeffers. Stolen base, nobody out, tying run at second.
So we will replay some prominent pieces of it, because also we want more of the audience to hear it. And the whole thing here is about, raising awareness and telling these incredibly inspiring stories. So I'll get a little bit of a break for the vocal cords when we're replaying things. But no, I will not be taking any time off. It's a gimmick to get attention to it that I'm going the full 24 hours. But awareness is such a big thing. So many people don't even know what glioblastoma is. And we're talking about all forms of cancer, but obviously this is the one that's near and dear to my heart. Just letting people know that Brain Up is here in Chicago. They've got a 5K on September 21st. People can go to brainup.ngo to learn more about that. But just awareness is such a big thing with these rare forms of cancer, to make sure that people know that there's a community out there, that I'm happy to lose a day of sleep. And I've got a 4 and a 2-year-old, so I don't sleep anymore anyway. Honestly, 24 hours, it sounds like a vacation to me.
Bethancourt with a 3-2 count. Armstrong now 22 out of 22 stealing bags. He's dancing around at second, not going. And the pitch inside. Sometimes when there is a runner on the base who hasn't been caught stealing, the concentration is diverted from the pitcher away from the hitter.
I think that's exactly what happened there. You keep seeing Richards look back at second base and knowing that Pete Armstrong is looking to take third base. The most important thing is the guy at home plate for the pitcher, and that was not the case there.
Ian Happ batting. Happ takes down low. Interesting here, Ron. The third baseman, Miranda, even with the bag, almost like he's looking for a bunt. Are you?
No, I am not. And the thing is, that's the part about playing these interleague games where you don't play each other. You're not familiar with each other. You didn't play each other in spring.
Bounced out towards second. Lee goes to second. They get 1, and that's all. The ball not hit sharply enough to get 2. Runners end up at first and third with 1 away. Cubs down by a run in the third, and it brings up Michael Busch.
A little off-speed pitch from Richards at Ian out front. Now the Cubs need a big swing for Michael Busch. A little situational hitting to drive in this run.
But Danny Parkins, it's a very commendable thing you're doing. I tip my cap to you. I wish you the best. And if you need more time to discuss it in the future, let us know.
Thank you guys so much. You guys are so kind. Yeah, if any company wants to get involved, you can email me, 670radiothon@gmail.com, cubsforacure.com. Thank you both so much.
Danny Parkins of The Score. Here's a swing and a foul by Michael Busch off to the left and out of play.
Yep. Best of luck, Danny. Yep.
Busch homered in the first inning. Infield back. Runners at first and third. Trevor Richards is ready. And the 0-1 now to Michael Busch. The Minnesota native will take outside for a ball. 1-1. Some of the clouds that were in the sky earlier, most of them have blown away. It's an absolutely gorgeous summer afternoon at Wrigley. Busch checks and takes low. 2-1.
Yeah, you really can't draw it up much better for a day here at Wrigley Field. 75 degrees, bright sunshine.
Just the beautiful colors, Ron. The green, dark green ivy on the walls, the green grass. Then you look in the stands, all the blue and white shirts, bright. It's quite a scene. Runners at first and third for the Cubs. Here's the pitch. Fouled away by Bush. Okay, now it's 2-2 on you. What's the thinking by the hitter?
Well, now, you got to shorten up the stroke just a little bit and make sure you put this ball in play. See if you can get something that you can elevate and hit pretty well to the outfield to at least get Pete Crow Armstrong in from third.
Check swing, the pitch down low. No swing by Bush. Running and stealing second base is Ian Happ. And a big jump, no throw forthcoming from the catcher Jeffers. Full count now with one away. Give Happ a stolen base. And Cubs' second steal of the inning.
That's a big stolen base because now it takes the double play out of play to end the inning.
And it forces the infield in, which is also a plus for a hitter. Bush fouls it away. 2 steals in the inning. Stolen base, making something of a comeback in Major League Baseball. I like it.
Yep, I do too. Big gap in right center field now. It's Martin playing over in left center.
3-2 to Bush. Just outside, ball 4. Richards wanted that to be called a strike. I have not yet seen a replay. Alex Tosi, the home plate umpire, said it missed as we watch it again.
Yeah, it's a fastball four-seamer, and it just fades off the outside corner. And it's off the plate by about half a baseball. Good take by Michael Bush.
And a good call by the umpire, Alex Tosi.
Yeah, pitch was off the plate. Didn't miss by a lot, but it missed.
2 walks in the inning. Bases now loaded. Seiya Suzuki due up. And we've reached what might very well be one of the turning points of this entire game right now.
Yep. Now, Seiya around the league is known for taking the first pitch. And I did that quite a bit at times to set up this situation, to lure teams into, okay, when I had runners in scoring position, now I was ready to hit when I walked in the batter's box. So this would be a situation, if you look fastball, you get fastball in a good hittable spot, be ready to hit on that first pitch and do some damage.
Suzuki flied to left his first time. Here's the pitch to Seiya. Fastball away, ball 1. Great speed on the bases right now. Crow Armstrong at third, Happ at second, Bush at first. And the pitch off the inside. It's 2-0. How aggressive are you here?
I'm looking for a certain location. I'm looking for a pitch I can do damage with, and I got to make sure my contact point is out in front of home plate. This is a ball you can elevate to the pull side and drive one.
Now the 2-0 pitch. Taken for a strike, top of the zone strike.
That's a terrible call. That pitch way up out of the zone.
Watching it again.
Oh, that's just not good.
Yeah, that was very high.
Changes the entire at bat.
Now the 2-1. And that's outside for ball 3. 3-1. Infield back. Outfield straight away and deep against Suzuki. Cubs trail 2-1, third inning. And the 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss. 3-2.
Like I say, I got a fastball, 92 miles an hour, right down the middle at the knees. Big swing, swung through it.
Runners ready to skedaddle. The pitch inside, ball 4. It forces in a run. This ball game is tied 2-2. Suzuki gets the run batted in with his 54th RBI. Still only one away, and Isaac Paredes the batter, and now the game is tied.
Yeah, that's just a four-seam fastball. Richards cuts it loose, but doesn't quite finish it. The ball just rides up and out of the zone.
Twins keep the infield back. The pitch to Paredes is a strike. Isak had the big blow last night, the 3-run homer in the first. Let's see if he can come through right now. The pitch on the way to Isak, taken for a strike. Isak questioning Alex Tosi, the umpire on that call. Hey, you got to put it in play. One away, bags loaded, and the 0-2. Down low for a ball, 1-2.
On stolen bases this inning, Prairie stolen base this season, the Turo Tire will donate a donation to Keeping Families Covered. That was with a pair of stolen bases in this inning.
Now the 1-2. Fly ball, right field, pretty well hit. It's going to drive in the run. Kapler will make the catch and throw towards second base. Coming in to score is Ian Happ. Cubs lead 3-2. Sacrifice fly for Isak Paredes. He went the other way, and I'm sure you commend him for that overall at-bat, Ron.
But it's just a real professional at-bat. He got behind in the count right away, and now you give a little to get something, right? You're looking for that ball up and out over the plate that you can drive to that right center gap. And what does he do? He gets that breaking ball and just bangs it out there and drives in that run. That is a very professional at-bat by Paredes.
Cubs with their first lead of the day. 3-2. We're in the third inning. On the play, Bush motored to third after the catch as Happ came in to score the go-ahead tally. Holding at first was Suzuki. Tauchman waiting for Trevor Richards. And the first pitch, Mike takes inside for a ball. Bases on balls, and there have been 3 in the inning. Those are sponsored by North Shore Adult Diapers. Reassuringly strong protection for even the heaviest control problems. Tauchman takes a wild pitch. Talking about control problems, another run is in. And the Cubs have a 4-2 lead. A breaking ball that hit the dirt about 1.5 feet in front of the plate. No chance for Jeffers, the catcher. Advancing to second is Suzuki. Bush comes in to score. Cubs lead 4-2. Yes, sir. Very satisfied customer in the background. Visit northshore.com for those adult diapers. Tauchman swings and fouls it back. Sometimes, as a broadcaster, you say things that you never thought you would say.
Yeah.
But you do.
That's how you get into the Hall of Fame.
A 3-run rally. And the next pitch taken high. Now let's see if Tauchman gets something to hit on. 3-1, Ron.
Now let's see if Michael gets that 4-seam fastball. That's been the pitch when he's behind in the count that Richards has gone to. This is one that you want to really get out to this ball and try to drive it.
3-1 pitch. That's going to be ball 4 inside. A very wobbly inning for Trevor Richards. He came in relief. It's always kind of an unknown spot when there's an injury and you're forced into action. I mean, it could be a great outing. It could be a miserable outing. There's no real formula there, Ron. Here's the pitch to Nico Horner. Fouled away off to the right, out of play.
Well, and for the guy coming in, there, you know, every pitcher has their routine of whether you're a starter or reliever. Well, when this happens, you have no routine. You just get the ball, grab your glove, go out onto the mound, in the field of play, and start playing catch until you're ready. So everything that you're accustomed to doing is thrown out the window.
Mm-hmm.
It is not an easy situation for a reliever to do this early in the ballgame.
Cubs lead 4-2, trying to win the series. Each team with a win before today. Horner, the 8th man to bat in the inning. Runners at first and second. The pitch, swing and a foul back.
Nico got a good pitch to hit. Took a big rip. A little bit of an upshoot swing by Nico. He was underneath that ball.
Richards' run has worked a grand total of 2/3 of an inning, 35 pitches already. Suzuki away from second. Tachman off of first. Horner waits for the 0-2. And Nico takes another wild pitch. More control problems. Runners advance to second and third. And now a base hit could really make this a big inning.
Now, this is the breaking ball that he throws, and he spikes it. Just bounces it in front of home plate a good 2 to 3 feet. No chance for Jeffers to block this ball. It hits and bounces over him all the way to the screen.
The pitch on the way to Nico, very high for ball 2. Activity already cranking up in the Twins bullpen. Cole Sands.
Yeah, I can't imagine. This has got to be his last hitter. His release point now, he's all over the place with the release point.
Horner fouls one away to stay alive. Nico grounded out his first time. Couple of men in scoring position. Cubs lead 4-2. We're in the third inning. And the 2-2. Fouled away. Nico might have chased the ball, but sometimes, Ron, when you have 2 strikes, you can't be real picky.
Well, and I think Nico was looking for that ball away and looking fastball away. He got fastball away. It just wasn't a strike.
Richards ready for the 2-2. Horner takes high, ball 3, 3-2.
Like Cubs hitters doing a good job of laying off some fairly close pitches and just not chasing many pitches out of the zone.
40 pitches in 2/3 of an inning for Trevor Richards. The pitch, very high. Let's see if that brings a trip to the mound. It might very well be the case. The base on balls will load the bases. Rocco Baldelli, the manager, is heading to the mound, and let's see what he wants to do.
Yeah,
He
I
is
think
going
this
to
is the
ask
second
for the
trip.
ball.
Yeah, he's out.
So there's another pitching change. And this is brought to you by Sloan, official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at Sloan.com. Cubs with a rally going, 4 runs in. Have the bases loaded now with 2 down. And we'll be right back after this on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
All right, listen up, baseball fans. When your team is up to bat and the bases are loaded, step up to the plate with Xfinity Internet. It's got the fastest speeds and low-lag streaming, which means you'll enjoy an incredible viewing experience that knocks it out of the park. Plus, you'll get a consistent connection with reduced buffering and freezing, even when the whole team is online. So you can stay in all the action, inning after inning, all from the comfort of your living room. When it's game time, kick back and make sure to catch the biggest must-see moments with internet that's both powerful and reliable. Sounds like a win to me. Stream sports from the best seat in the house with Xfinity because it's only live once. Actual speeds vary and not guaranteed. Many factors affect speed. For factors affecting speed, visit Xfinity.com/network management.
Dansby Swanson is on deck. Who's on deck is sponsored by On Deck. Need a small business loan fast? Apply today at OnDeck.com. Bottom of the third inning here at Wrigley Field. Cubs so far have scored 3 times in this frame. They lead Minnesota 4-2. The third inning is sponsored by Grainger, official partner of the Chicago Cubs and Wrigley Field. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. And we're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. Pat?
Zach, thank you. Bases full of Cubs. Dansby Swanson, the 9th man to bat in the inning. Cubs have scored 3 in the inning and lead 4-2. Cole Sands' first pitch is taken down low for ball 1. Sands a right-hander, 42 games. He's done well. ERA of an even 3. Swanson, it's a ground ball to third. Glove cleanly by Miranda, and he throws to second in time for the out there, and that ends the inning. Miranda almost threw that ball into right center field, but a backhand catch by the second baseman, Lee, on the run. Tough play for Lee, but he made a very nice reception of the throw and stepped on the bag to end the inning. So the third inning comes to an end. Cubs score 3 on just 1 hit, but there were 4, make it 5 walks in the inning and 2 stolen bases. We go to the 4th inning. Cubs 4, Twins 2. This is the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to every Cubs game all season long, right here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
ComEd is preparing the electric grid and providing incentives to make it possible for more households and businesses to make the switch to electric products, like induction cooktops, clothes dryers, heating and cooling systems, and even electric forklifts. Learn more about how we can help create a clean energy future for all at ComEd.com/clean energy. ComEd, powering lives.
The doctor's office that accidentally mixed up your files has your social security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info. And the hotel that lost your reservation has your passport number. You need LifeLock because your personal info is in endless places that can expose you to identity thieves. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year at lifelock.com/radio. Terms apply.
Ice cold drinks from McDonald's contain 100% of your daily value of deliciousness. Take a McCafe Oreo frappe with real Oreo cookie pieces. It's $3.54 medium every day, so it's a caramel frappe. Then there's big flavors like frozen Coke, Fanta Blue Raspberry, or Hawaiian Punch. A medium is $2 every day. There are drinks, then there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group used under license. Coca-Cola and Fanta are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company. Hawaiian Punch is a registered trademark of Dr. Pepper 7-Up Inc.
Out-of-town scoreboard is fueled by Citgo Dry Clean Gasoline. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. A couple of other games going on as we speak. Top of the 9th in Cleveland, the Diamondbacks with a 7-3 lead over the Guardians. Geraldo Perdomo going deep, a 2-run shot. Same deal for Corbin Carroll, also a 2-run home run. Middle 4, it's the Astros leading the Rangers 2-0. Yordan Alvarez with a solo shot for Houston. Number 22 on the year for him. Pat?
You move to inning number 4. Carlos Santana first up. Now Javier Assad gets to work with the lead for the first time today. Carlos Santana will swing and pull a ground ball foul toward first.
Well, here's where for Assad really going on the attack now and trying to get a couple quick innings under his belt and see if he can get through to the middle innings.
Fly ball to center, run off the bat of Santana. Should be routine for Crow Armstrong. It is. And that's out number 1.
Nice 2-seamer there. A little fading fastball away and just get Santana to loft one to center.
We've talked about momentum, Ron, and now the Cubs have some after the 3-run rally, and how important that immediate half inning right after your rally is. Here's a liner foul down the right field line, out of play.
Kepler hit that ball off the end of the bat. I think a little stinger in his hand or wrist. So he still needs a little bit of time. I don't think he has his feeling in his top hand yet.
Kepler had a base hit to right his first time. Javier Assad looking for his 6th win of the year. Here's the pitch. Good fastball in there for a strike. 0-2. What pitch are you thinking here, Ron?
Well, I like the 2-seamer inside. I like when he throws it inside and it breaks back over that inside corner. Breaking ball low and in, 1-2.
Cubs started the homestand by beating the Cardinals 3 out of 4. They have split the first 2 with Minnesota. If they can win today, they would wrap up a 5-2 homestand. And that would be exactly what they needed.
Yeah.
Here comes the 2-2. Lifted to left, slicing foul. That's going to drop out of play down the line. Ian Happ ran over just in case, but it was back in amongst the customers.
Well, it's one of those things that you have a 5-2 homestand. Now you go to the south side, and hopefully the Cubs can do some good there. White Sox have been struggling. That's no secret.
2-2 is inside, ball 3.
And this is that kind of stretch we were talking on at the beginning of the broadcast that you got to put together. So if you can do some good and finish this game out and do some good on the south side, now all of a sudden you're getting back into that range that we're talking about.
Ball 4, a breaking ball inside to Max Kepler. It's a 1-out walk, and the batter, Austin Martin.
3-2 breaking ball inside to Kepler. And Javi's pitch count starting to climb here in the top of the 4th. It's 70 pitches.
First pitch to Martin, a check swing. It's outside for ball 1. Here's a looper, shallow right toward the line, dropping foul. Untouched, and the count now a ball and a strike.
Now that pitch, kind of a cue shot off the bat of Martin. That was one of those. I thought that ball was fair. I thought it was going to be a base hit. And it just kept the wind blowing in. Is really between last night and today really kind of playing havoc with that baseball when it goes up.
One ball, one strike. Here's the next offering. Ground ball toward a diving play by Swanson. Goes to second for 1. Over to first, not in time. Fantastic play by Dansby Swanson, diving while flat on his chest. He was able to backhand the ball to second. About a 20-foot throw to Nico Horner, who barehanded and then rifled to first. They get the lead man and safe at first on the back end, but what a play.
Can't do it any better than that. Dansby fully extended, laying out, fields this ball, flips it backhanded style to Nico, who barehands the throw and fires across. If it's anybody but Martin or one of the extremely fast guys, that's a double play.
Brooks Lee, the batter. Dansby Swanson dove toward the middle, gloved it cleanly, and without any hesitation at all, just kind of casually made the backhanded throw while flat on his chest. It's just not a play you practice very often.
Not at all.
And it was a short toss, so Nico was able to barehand it on the force out. Here's a pop fly. This is going to be more of a routine play for Dansby Swanson. He makes the catch to end the inning. Minnesota does not score. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Cubs 4, Twins 2. This is the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Every home run and double play is called by Pat and Ron on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
ComEd is preparing the electric grid and providing incentives to make it possible for more households and businesses to make the switch to electric products, like induction cooktops, clothes dryers, heating and cooling systems, and even electric forklifts. Learn more about how we can help create a clean energy future for all at ComEd.com/clean energy. ComEd, powering lives.
Are concerned about insurance coverage changes making you rethink your relapsing MS treatment? Consider an effective oral therapy that has a well-characterized safety profile, convenient dosing, patient support programs, and that doesn't weaken your immune system long-term while on treatment. Learn more at rethinkrms.com.
The doctor's office that accidentally mixed up your files has your social security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info. And the hotel that lost your reservation has your passport number. You need LifeLock because your personal info is in endless places that can expose you to identity thieves. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year at LifeLock.com/radio. Terms apply.
Ice cold drinks from McDonald's contain 100% of your daily value of deliciousness. Take a McCafe Oreo frappe with real Oreo cookie pieces. It's $3.54 medium every day, so it's a caramel frappe. Then there's big flavors like frozen Coke, Fanta Blue Raspberry, or Hawaiian Punch. A medium is $2 every day. There are drinks, then there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group used under license. Coca-Cola and Fanta are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company. Hawaiian Punch is a registered trademark of Dr. Pepper 7-Up Inc.
League leaders are sponsored by the Village of New Lenox, leading the way in residential and economic development. Bobby Witt Jr. leading the majors in batting average, hitting .346. Aaron Judge, the power man, 41 homers and 103 RBIs. As we begin the bottom half of the fourth inning, and guys, the fourth inning is sponsored by Wintrust, the exclusive home of Cubs check.
Pete Crow Armstrong first up, Zach. Thank you. Pete started that rally in the third with a single and then stole a bag. And the pitch on the way, hit in the air to center, pretty well hit, but it's into the wind, and it will be caught by Martin about 2 feet shy of the warning track in deep center field.
Now that ball well struck by Pete Crow Armstrong. On a lot of days, that ball's got a chance of being a home run. Today, it's caught right in front of the track, in front of the 400-foot marker.
One down here is Bethencourt. Getting back to Crow Armstrong run with a single and then a stolen base. Here's a bouncer foul by Bethencourt. It just seems like that many times will lead to a rally.
Yep.
Because it's disruptive to a pitcher and a catcher to have somebody stealing a bag on you. The crowd gets into it. It just seems to elevate a team when you've got a guy with great speed that can get on base and steal a bag to start an inning.
Yeah, and I really do. I think that's exactly, at the end of the day, when Pete Crow Armstrong is on offense, that's going to be his thing, is being able to use his speed. Now, does that mean he's not going to be a good hitter? Not at all.
Swinging a base hit fair, inside third, down the left field line. It's going to be an extra base hit for Christian Bethencourt. He motors into second. He is going to run toward third. I believe the ball either landed underneath the ivy. And now Bethencourt is going to round the bases, which is not a bad idea, but he will be sent back to second.
Yeah.
It's going to be a ground rule double. I could not see where the ball ended up in left, Ron. Could you?
No, I could not. And I think, just because of Wrigley Field, no matter what happens, with the uniqueness of having Ivy in the outfield, that if the ball gets lodged at all and an outfielder throws his arms up, they just make it a double.
Mm-hmm.
There's no getting around it, and that's exactly what happened as the ball rolled into the ivy right underneath the 355 marker down that line.
Now, Larnick, the left fielder, held up both arms, as Ron said. It's a two-base hit. Here's Ian Happ batting. And Ian, batting left-handed, will take high. Each team with 3 hits. It feels like the Cubs have more than 3 hits, doesn't it?
Yeah, they've had a lot of traffic on the bases all game long.
The 1-0. And that's going to miss upstairs for a ball.
And doubles by Cubs hitters, sponsored by Traffic Tech. Speaking of traffic, double up your business with Traffic Tech, the hardest working team in transport.
Happ swings and misses. We've already talked about Stella Blue, as we thought that would be appropriate for Danny Parkins of The Score.
Get a little
during the
electric
radiothon.
Yeah.
Keep a little caffeine handy to make it through 24 hours. Now the 2-1 pitch on the way. Happ pulls it foul, right side and back out of play. We have to play the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. There are some empties today. I don't believe it's going to be a full, complete sellout, but it's close. I'll say 34,543. That takes a wild pitch. Third wild pitch of the day from the Twins staff. And down to third with only one away goes the runner, Christian Bethancourt.
Yeah, this is another breaking ball. Way bounces in front of Happ's front foot in left-handed batter's box. Not much Jeffries could do. This ball once again explodes when it hits the ground.
Infield in. RBI opportunity for Happ. He hits a high fly ball to right. This will drive in the run. It's back toward the wall, and that ball is gone. Ian Happ, a long home run. And the Cubs have opened up a 6-2 lead.
Big swing of the bat for the Cubs. And as you said, Pat, it seems like they got more than 4 hits. But they have been swinging. They've had good at-bats, a lot of traffic. And Ian with a long home run, second home run of the day for the Cubs, as Michael Busch hit a long one, and now Ian down the line hits one just over the basket and right.
Ian's 18th home run, his 63rd and 4th RBIs. And now the Cubs with a little breathing room at 6-2. That ball actually cleared that little auxiliary scoreboard and straightaway right. I knew it was going to get the run in. That was not a question. Yep. It was whether it would be gone and by how much.
The ball got about halfway to the outfield, and I turned and looked at Ian, and he was trotting up the line, and he knew he got it.
Bush pulls the bouncer foul.
It's just, the wind blowing in as hard as it is. You got to take a second, especially with the balls hit right down the line, as deep as the lines are here at Wrigley, 355, and down the right field line where that ball went out, 353.
We often talk about the wind and how much it changes moment to moment. Even within a minute, it can change by 10 to 15 miles an hour. Sometimes they don't call it the Windy City for nothing. Fastball is high, 2-2.
It's not just our politics, right?
But I often talk about that exact instant, Ron, at which you hit the ball. What's the wind doing in those 2 or 3 seconds after it leaves your bat?
That's right. They, when playing here, and you knew this, every inning you went out to the field, you looked at the scoreboard to see what the flags were doing. And I would do it every time I got to the on-deck circle. I would check the flags to see what they were doing.
Bush takes outside for a ball. Well, we got a nice email from our great Cub fan in India. I believe he lives in Calcutta.
Okay.
And now the 3-2 pitch fouled. Spells his, well, he doesn't spell it. I'll just say his first name, Mahableshwar.
Excuse me?
Mahableshwar. Mahableshwar. It's a very popular name in Calcutta.
Okay.
And he's a big, big Cub fan. And he's happy the way the Cubs are playing of late as Bush swings and fouls it at the plate, still 3-2. He stays busy. He's in the horse blanket business over in Calcutta.
Really? Oh, that's very good.
And he says there are other Cub fans there, and when they win, business picks up.
I got it, yeah.
So he's a happy camper.
The old horse blanket.
I'm going to email him back and say, when people ask you to sign things, how long does it take?
Sign a baseball, wrap around the whole ball.
Mahableshwar. Here comes the 3-2 now on the way to Bush. Fisted back, foul out of play. The Cubs are truly not just a national team, but an international team.
That proves it.
And the 3-2 on the way. Bush pokes this one foul out of play.
And Michael's had some good at-bats today. Long home run in the first. Excellent at-bat in third to get the walk and scored a run. So Michael's having a very nice day. Had a very nice day yesterday. Great base running, some hits, good defense.
3-2 pitch swing and a miss. That's strike three, out number 2. I remember emailing Mahabeshwar back one time. I said, how much do you sell your horse blankets for? And he wrote back, he said, I will put this in English if I can. And he wrote down the word P-I-P-T-Y, Pipty.
Pipty, huh?
And I thought I'd go along with that program. And I said, sometimes do you sell them for Porty? And he said, no, we keep it at Pipty. And that was pretty much the end of that. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way to Suzuki. Popped up right side, playable for Santana. And he will make the catch. And the inning is over. But the Cubs score twice on the homer by Ian Happ. We move to inning number 5, Cubs 6, Twins 2 on the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Chicago Cubs memories are made right here with Pat, Ron, and Zach on the Cubs Radio Network.
ComEd is preparing the electric grid and providing incentives to make it possible for more households and businesses to make the switch to electric products, like induction cooktops, clothes dryers, heating and cooling systems, and even electric forklifts. Learn more about how we can help create a clean energy future for all at ComEd.com/clean energy. ComEd, powering lives.
Ice cold drinks from McDonald's contain 100% of your daily value of deliciousness. Take a McCafe Oreo frappe with real Oreo cookie pieces. It's $3.54 medium every day, so it's a caramel frappe. Then there's big flavors like frozen Coke, Fanta Blue Raspberry, or Hawaiian Punch. A medium is $2 every day. There are drinks, then there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group used under license. Coca-Cola and Fanta are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company. Hawaiian Punch is a registered trademark of Dr. Pepper 7-Up Inc.
When something happens to your kitchen, you might say,
"This is ludicrous."
but that won't fix your home. That will only get you the rapper, Ludacris.
Having trouble? Don't panic. Don't be alarmed. You need to file a claim? Holla at State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
That's right. You can file a claim on the app or call us.
Thanks, Mr. Chris.
No matter how ludicrous the situation, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
Mully and Haw talk Cubs baseball and Chicago sports every weekday morning from 5:30 to 10 on 670 The Score and the Odyssey app. Getting set for the top half of the 5th inning here at Wrigley Field. Cubs with a 6-2 lead over the Twins. It's the rubber game. And there's a new man on the mound for the Cubs. Veteran left-hander Drew Smiley takes over for the starter Javier Assad. The batter is Willie Castro, the shortstop, switch hitter batting from the right side now, and he looks at a strike from Smiley, one of those slow-moving knuckle curves that floats into the zone. 0-1 the count. Castro waits. The next pitch on the way is in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitching changes by the Cubs are sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Assad went 4 innings. Charged with 2 runs on 3 hits, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. The pitch, Castro hits one in the air to center. Playable for Crow Armstrong, who comes in, angling toward right center. He makes the catch. And 1 away as Castro is retired. The first out is sponsored by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once. So 1 away. Trevor Larnach will stand in. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Larnach, the left fielder, a left-handed batter. Smiley kicks and fires, low and outside, 1-0 the count. A reminder, the pitch clock is powered by Work Zone Safety. Make sure you follow Work Zone signs. It's not a game. So 1-0 the count on Larnach. The next pitch is drilled to right, but playable for Suzuki, who makes the catch. He initially came in and then realized that was hit a little bit harder than he thought, so he backed up and made the play. 2 down.
Now you got to like for Smiley coming in and getting 2 quick outs here in the top of the 5th inning.
And once again, Assad done in because of his pitch count through 75 pitches today. Jose Miranda, the third baseman, at the plate. Hitting from the right side against the lefty, Smiley. And his first pitch is lined. Fair ball down the left field line. It'll roll all the way to the wall. On his way to second base with a stand-up 2-out double, Jose Miranda.
Well, as long as this ball stays in the ballpark, you're kind of good with it. You know, you get 2 quick outs if you're Smiley, and then you go, you know what? I'm going to be real aggressive and throw some strikes here. And Miranda knew that and took that fastball in the middle and hit a double, one hopper off the ivy in right or in left. And you stay right here. See if you can get a quick out here against Wallner and get out of this inning.
Left-handed hitting DH. Wallner waits. Smiley deals, and his pitch is fouled out of play off to the left. 0-1 the count. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk on the Bernstein and Holmes Show, weekdays 10 a.m. to 2 on the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network. WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
6-2 Cubs here in the top half of the 5th inning. The pitch to Wallner is inside for a ball. A fastball that missed. 1-1 the count. The Twins have a man on second base in Miranda. 2 away. A couple of Cubs have gone deep today. Michael Busch, a solo shot. Ian Happ, a 2-run job. Now the 1-1. Wallner takes a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fastball. Almost belt high. Wallner had an RBI double in the first as the Twins struck first. He was hit by a pitch in the third. Lefty-lefty matchup, the pitch. Fisted foul out of play, second deck off to the left. 1-2 on Wallner. It's the Potawatomi Casino Hotel 5th inning. Light up your senses. Cubs trying to take this series from the Twins, one of the best teams in baseball this season. Here comes the 1-2. That's low and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Twins 63-49.
Well, they're a scrappy group.
Yeah.
You know, and they're missing 2 of the best players in this series. Have not played, but they have still battled pretty good. You see they have good at-bats. They're pretty quick, even though they don't steal a lot of bases. But they hit with some thunder.
The 2-2. Wallner awkward looking, check swing. On appeal, that's a strike, says Phil Cuzzy. And it's strike 3. That ends the top half of the 5th inning. Miranda stranded at second base. Middle 5, Cubs 6. And the Twins 2 on the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to every Cubs game all season long right here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
ComEd is preparing the electric grid and providing incentives to make it possible for more households and businesses to make the switch to electric products, like induction cooktops, clothes dryers, heating and cooling systems, and even electric forklifts. Learn more about how we can help create a clean energy future for all at ComEd.com/clean energy. ComEd, powering lives.
Whenever I'm trying to lock in on the best deals, the MLB app's got my back. They're always serving something that rocks with my budget. And my taste buds get in on the action too. Only in the app can I choose between the bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, or the iconic sausage McMuffin with egg for just $2. Look no further than the MLB app. Their deals stay locked in on delicious. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid from 6/25/24 through 9/1/24 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Excludes tax. Must opt in to rewards.
Jake from State Farm. I'm winning. I finally cleaned my house, so I'm breaking out my new tropical room spray.
Keep winning and create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It's like your own personal paradise.
Ooh, hey, grab me a coconut water.
Bundling, just another way to save with a personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Hey, fantasy football fans, do you want to be the owner who is doing a cram session the night before the draft? I didn't think so. You need to start your prep now. This is Faraz from Upper Hand Fantasy. Zach and I are here to get you ready for your fantasy football drafts with insights and advice. From sleepers to busts, we've got you covered and give you the upper hand on your friends. Today is the day to start getting ready for the draft. So join us and stay ahead of the competition. Follow and listen to Upper Hand Fantasy on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Alongside Ron Coomer, Zach Zaidman in for Pat, who will come back in the 6th inning. We're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. Getting set for the bottom half of the 5th inning here at Wrigley Field. Cubs with a 6-2 lead over the Twins. Minnesota has a new man on the mound. Josh Winder, a right-hander, takes over.
It's a good name for a pitcher, Winder, right?
Yeah. Let's see if he winds up or pitches out of the stretch. As Isaac Paredes leads things off. First pitch. Check swing, foul ball.
He's got the mini Winder.
That is accurate. 0-1 the count. Winder making just his second appearance of the season. Here's the pitch. That's low. A slider that missed. 1-1 the count. Game number 36 in his big league career. He broke in 2022. He works on the extreme first base side of the rubber, and the pitch is low. So 2-1.
Jeffers is going to be a little punchy. You remember the goalie in slap shot after he got the barrage of slap shots and he was punchy? Jeffers has blocked or been hit by pitches in the dirt a whole bunch today.
Now the 2-1. Paredes fouls it away, out of play off to the right.
Every team has that happen. You get one of them days and the catcher's just getting beat up back there. Jeffers is having one of them days today for the Twins.
I think they have an off day tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Say you wanted to be a catcher, did you?
Here comes the 2-2. Paredes chops one to third, fielded to his left. Miranda, throw to first in time. Paredes is retired, one away. A reminder that all opponent pitching changes are sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. So here comes Mike Talkman with one away, last of the 5th. Cubs 6 and the Twins 2. Why are you laughing? Here's the pitch. Talkman looks at a strike, going 1.
You know, Paul Zering doesn't miss a thing, so instantly he shows me a picture of the guys from Slapshot.
That's why he's the maestro.
Oh, he's the man. Yep. No doubt about that.
The next pitch is low, 1-1 on Talkman. Speaking of which, you mentioned the maestro. We have to give our guesses in the Vinny's Beverage Depot attendance game before they actually announce the attendance. Pat made his guess earlier, 34,543. Talkman swings and misses at a slider, 1-2.
Okay.
So, Coom, you want to go?
Sure. I will guess 31,000.
Okay. I'm going to go 34,000. And we'll wait for the maestro
what
to
do
make
the
his
Hanson
guess.
brothers have to say back there, Paulie?
Here's the 1-2. A swing and a miss, strike 3. Talkman way out in front of a changeup, 2 away. And Paul's going to go 37,222.
Wow. Hanson brothers threw a party. They're rocking the joint out.
He must have a lot of people in the park. Nico Horner stands in, right-handed batter against the right-hander Winder, and the pitch drilled deep left field, going back. Larnach, he's at the track and makes the catch for out number 3. So the Cubs go down in order here in the 5th inning. We head to the 6th. The Cubs with a 6-2 lead over the Twins on the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Nico Horner. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
ComEd is preparing the electric grid and providing incentives to make it possible for more households and businesses to make the switch to electric products, like induction cooktops, clothes dryers, heating and cooling systems, and even electric forklifts. Learn more about how we can help create a clean energy future for all at ComEd.com/clean energy. ComEd, powering lives.
Whenever I'm trying to lock in on the best deals, the McD app's got my back. They're always serving something that rocks with my budget. And my taste buds get in on the action too. Only in the app can I choose between the bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, or the iconic sausage McMuffin with egg for just $2. Look no further than the McD app. Their deals stay locked in on delicious. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid from 6/25/24 through 9/1/24 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Excludes tax. Must opt in to rewards.
Looking for a tequila that puts tradition above trends? Raise a glass of Lunazul. Lunazul tequila is made with 100% Blue Weber agave and no extras. No celebrity endorsements, no vanilla additives. Just real, authentic flavor that's sure to make a statement. Because great tequila speaks for itself. And those who know look to Luna. Lunazul Tequila, Bardstown, Kentucky. 40% alcohol by volume. Think wisely, drink wisely.
Sunday, August 18th is Harry Potter Day. The Cubs are celebrating throughout the ballpark with special themed entertainment and fan activities. Fans who purchase at Cubs.com/specials will receive a special edition Cubs and Harry Potter cap. Getting set for the top half of the sixth inning. Cubs with a 6-2 lead over the Twins and at today's Woodman's home run inning contestant is Keith Knight from Darien, who will win the Woodman's gift card jackpot of $150. If the Northsider hits a home run this inning, you can enter with a QR code at any Chicago area Woodman's. So good luck, Keith. Today's Woodman's home run inning contestant, service and savings, that's Woodman's. Pat?
Zach, thank you for that. The new pitcher, Jorge Lopez. And his first pitch to Ryan Jeffers is in there for a call strike. We're getting a report now on the reason why Joe Ryan, the Twins starting pitcher, had to leave the game, as Lopez misfires inside 1-1 on Ryan Jeffers. Zach Zaidman is going to have an update here momentarily. And that turned out to be a rather key development. Bounced over the mound near second. Horner is there. He playfully steps on the second base bag and throws to first in time. He figured the bag is there. I might as well give it a little stump.
Yeah.
And then he threw to first.
Look out towards second base umpire like, hey, Tony, can we get a double play on this? All right, Dazzler shook his head no.
He figured I am a second baseman, and there is the actual second base.
Right.
Let's just make it official. One down, and here's Carlos Santana. Inside. That's the second thing we've seen today involving Nico Horner that I'm not sure I've seen before. Getting your legs tangled up in the bat.
Yeah. 2 minutes for tripping yourself. Maybe it was the Hanson brothers. See, Paulie was on it last inning. He knew.
Here's a little dribbler to the third base side of the mound. Good play by Lopez, but his throw is offline and it trickles into the dugout. It's a throwing error. Jorge Lopez on that slow bouncer, he was heading toward third base off balance as he tried to make the throw back behind him to first. His one-hop throw glanced off the glove of Bush and rolled into the first base dugout for a throwing error. It is a hit and an error, we are told.
Yeah, not much Michael Bush could do as his throw is into the runner and way up the first base line towards home plate. So nothing you can do, and it will be a base hit and an error on Lopez.
So man at second, the Cubs lead 6-2. One down, sixth inning. Max Kepler swings and misses.
And guys, the word on Joe Ryan, the Twins starter who left with an injury in the third inning. The injury is a right triceps. They say it's tight.
The 0-1 is in there for a strike. Well, he was pretty effective early in the game. And he knew it. It was that one pitch, Ron, where the injury occurred, and he immediately called for the trainer and the manager to come out and take a look at him. And seconds later, he was walking off the field.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. I hope for his sake and the Twins' sake that, it'll be a short-term thing. But it's always scary when a pitcher makes a delivery and instantly asks for the trainer. That's not a good sign. You know, he's a really talented young guy. Just hope he's okay.
Cubs on top 6-2. We're in the 6th inning with 1 away and a man at second. A ball and 2 strikes on Max Kepler. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Jorge Lopez gets the strikeout. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers. Those are always brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Own every mile in a brand new Hyundai. 2 outs. Still a runner at second, and the batter, Austin Martin. Short lead by Santana at second. Martin swings and misses. Tried to check. Couldn't do it.
Well, Lopez made some great pitches to Kepler. Fastball in with great run to it. And then the last pitch to put him out on really nice changeup. And now this pitch, first pitch to Martin, and nasty.
Same pitch, same result. A swing and a miss, an awkward looking swing.
You know, when a lot of guys are having check swings and giving that crazy look to the umpire, and we see the ball in the zone, you know the guy's got great stuff today. He's got great movement on his pitches.
It's 0-2. 2 outs in the inning. Jorge Lopez fires. The ball pulled foul past third.
I always felt like I was in trouble. When I look back the umpire, like, there's no way that's a strike. And they give you that, Ron, it got a lot of the strike zone. You went, uh-oh. That's trouble.
Now the 0-2 from Lopez. The right-hander fires. Strike 3 called. He set him up with all the breaking stuff and then surprised him with a fastball to end the inning. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers still are sponsored by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Own every mile in a brand new Hyundai. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Cubs 6, Twins 2. This is the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Anything can happen anytime in any game right here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Take your business further with the smart and flexible American Express Business Gold Card. You can earn 4 times points on your top 2 eligible spending categories every month, like transit, U.S. restaurants, and gas stations. That's the powerful backing of American Express. 4 times points on up to $150,000 in purchases per year. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business gold card.
ComEd is preparing the electric grid and providing incentives to make it possible for more households and businesses to make the switch to electric products, like induction cooktops, clothes dryers, heating and cooling systems, and even electric forklifts. Learn more about how we can help create a clean energy future for all at ComEd.com/clean energy. ComEd, powering lives.
Ice cold drinks from McDonald's contain 100% of your daily value of deliciousness. Take a McCafe Oreo frappe with real Oreo cookie pieces. It's $3.50 for medium every day, so it's a caramel frappe. Then there's big flavors like frozen Coke, Fanta Blue Raspberry, or Hawaiian Punch. A medium is $2 every day. There are drinks, then there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group used under license. Coca-Cola and Fanta are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company. Hawaiian Punch is a registered trademark of Dr. Pepper 7-Up Inc.
Cubs lead by a score of 6-2. Batting now in the bottom of the 6th inning. The right-hander Winder deals. Here's a pitch bounced wide of third, glove by Miranda, and the toss across in plenty of time. That's out number 1.
Dansby hits that ball hard, but just pounds it right into the ground. 2 hops to Miranda at third. Being at bat, see what Pete Crow Armstrong does here now. You're gonna end up with the infielders drawn in. You know, the Cubs got a little bit of a lead, 6-2. He'd love to get another insurance run here.
Josh Winder's pitch is down low for a ball. 1-0 on Pete Crow Armstrong.
It's one of those things where when I watch Pete hit, and I've talked to many bunters, Pat, through the years. Brett Butler being one that I played with. I was a young player trying to get to the big leagues in spring training, and he was a veteran player. Where Miranda is playing that far off the bag, even though he's in, that is a very difficult play for a third baseman to come towards the line to field a bunt.
Because you're running one way and you have to throw the other.
There you go. The angles are bad. So that was one of the things Brett Butler used to talk about. If he felt like that angle was bad, he considered that a bunt hit.
Swing and a miss by Crow Armstrong, 2-2.
And that was one of those things where, as Pete continues on, now he's got a lot of pop in his bat and, can do some great things swinging the bat. But there's nothing wrong with him using that bunt as a major weapon for him and getting on base.
He's got blinding speed. Here comes the 2-2. Strike three called, and that's out number 2 in the inning. If you are just joining us, maybe you were working and you're in some traffic, whatever. Each team got a run in the first inning. Matt Wallner had an RBI double in the top of the first. Michael Busch homered in the bottom of the first to tie the game. Twins got a run in the second. Here's the pitch on the way to Bethancourt. And that pitch is outside for a ball. The run scoring on a ground out. Cubs then got 3 in the third. That was the inning that the starter, Joe Ryan, left with the arm issue. Not much hitting in the inning. There were 5 walks and just 1 single, but the Cubs made 3 runs out of that deal. Here's a high fly ball, right side foul. Might be playable for Santana coming over, and it's out of play. Then Cubs then in the fourth inning scored 2 more on a home run by Ian Happ to right.
Yeah, the 2 home runs the Cubs have hit by Busch and by Happ to right field. Right into the teeth of that wind, and both of them absolute blasts to right. Yeah, the 2-1 to Bethancourt. Look out. He checked his swing. It's going to cost him a strike. He was actually falling out of the way, but he started to swing. And as he went down, run and turned to his left, that's when he actually crossed the plate with the bat, I think. Yeah, that's absolutely correct. You're falling away because you started, and then the barrel of the bat keeps going around with your body, and it does cross the front plane of the plate.
Swinging a foul out of play, 2-2.
Hey, who's done a good job for the Cubs since he's come over is Bethancourt.
Yes.
He has been excellent. Very good defensive catcher, great throwing arm. And we've seen him, throw the ball exceptionally well. And once again today now, he's gotten some big hits, but a walk and a double and a run score.
Swing and a miss ends the inning. Cubs don't score, and we go to inning number 7. Cubs 6, Twins 2. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Justin Steele. Listen to every game here on Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Whenever I'm trying to lock in on the best deals, the MLB app's got my back. They're always serving something that rocks with my budget. And my taste buds get in on the action, too. Only in the app can I choose between the bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, or the iconic sausage McMuffin with egg for just $2. Look no further than the MLB app. Their deals stay locked in on delicious. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid from 6/25/24 through 9/1/24 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Excludes tax. Must opt in to rewards.
ComEd is preparing the electric grid and providing incentives to make it possible for more households and businesses to make the switch to electric products, like induction cooktops, clothes dryers, heating and cooling systems, and even electric forklifts. Learn more about how we can help create a clean energy future for all at ComEd.com/clean energy. ComEd, powering lives.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Welcome to Queens of the Court. I'm your girl, Cheryl Swoops. And I'm Jordan Robinson. All WNBA season long, we're bringing you expert analysis and, of course, lots of hot takes. Find Queens of the Court, a WNBA podcast presented by AT&T on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
With former Cub and All-Star Ron Coomer, Pat Hughes at Wrigley, we thank you for joining us. Zach Zaidman working alongside. Paul Zarang is our tremendous engineer at the controls. Cubs trying to bounce back after losing the opener on Monday night. Cubs winning last night and leading today, trying to make it 2 out of 3 in the series. Twins batting in the 7th. Cubs on top 6-2. Jorge Lopez out for his second inning of relief. And a big curveball is in there for a strike to Brooks Lee. Lee has grounded out and popped to short. Another strike, 0-2. Looking at some things that happened last night around the big leagues. Here's the next offering down low. I see where Framber Valdez, pitcher for Houston, came within 1 out of his second career no-hitter. Corey Seager of Texas broke up the no-hitter with a 2-run homer in the 9th inning. Houston still won the game 4-2. Sure, some fans don't realize that Josh Hader is now the closer for Houston after many successful years in Milwaukee.
Right.
He's still getting it done. He has converted 23 straight save chances. Chopper foul at the plate, 1 and 2. And we've seen him, Ron. He's in the last 20 years of big league ball, he's one of the most automatic closers I've seen.
Absolutely. You know, and when you look at the league in general, you know, since the closer role has come into play.
There's a base hit to left, opposite field single for Brooks Lee. It leads off the inning. The Cubs still lead 6-2.
But you would have to bring his name up as one of the most dominant closers that we've ever seen.
Greg Counsell managed him for many years in Milwaukee, and he half-jokingly said, as a manager, you just got to manage for 8 innings.
Yeah.
The 9th inning is done.
Yeah, you just hand him the ball. Absolutely.
Yeah. Framber Valdez flirted with another no-hitter. There's a pitch in there for a strike. Been following the Freddie Freeman story, and it looks like it's going to have a happy ending. The son, Max. Here's a ground ball to short, fielded by Swanson. Steps on the bag, running throw to first. The throw offline. They get 1. Dansby could have shoveled it to Horner, thought it would be quicker by doing it himself. 1 out. They get the lead runner on 6 unassisted at second base.
Yeah, as I see the replay, Nico playing around to the pull side, so Dansby shifted up the middle. So, you know, it was kind of one of those things where neither guy was going to get to the bag quickly. Yeah, and that's unfortunate that, you know, Cubs were not in a real good double play depth because that was a tailor-made double play ball.
Castro's safe at first. Trevor Larnach hits a fly ball to left. Should be an easy play for Happ, and it is. 2 gone in the 7th inning. Cubs with a 6-2 lead. And Jose Miranda coming up. And Freddie Freeman's 3-year-old son, Max, battling a rare neurological disorder. I probably am not pronouncing it correctly, but I believe it is Guillain-Barré syndrome. Sounds very frightening. The body's immune system attacks its nerves, causes weakness, numbness, and in some cases paralysis.
Right.
But young Max spent 8 days in a pediatric intensive care unit. He was discharged last Saturday, thankfully. Fastball up and in. Miranda hits the deck. And again, the good news is he is expected to make a full recovery, but you can only imagine.
Yeah.
Freddie Freeman, one of the best players of his generation, really. He's a terrific talent, but he's been away from the Dodgers for several days.
Well, his son was in ICU for, I think, 10 days, if I read correctly.
Here is a swing and a pop fly, and it's going to be caught, and that will end the inning. Twins do not score. Leave a man on. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. And it is time for the 7th inning stretch. Brendan Hunt, Emmy Award-winning actor, writer, and Chicago native, all set to sing. Cubs lead 6-2. Here's Mr. Hunt.
A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back, 'cause it's root for the. If they don't win, it's a shame. 'Cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Let's go!
Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer bring you all the action on the Chicago Cubs radio network.
At Shirley Ryan Ability Lab, every journey is unique, but they all have the same destination: ability. Choose the #1 rehabilitation hospital. Choose Shirley Ryan Ability Lab.
Reese's ready-to-serve deli salads and ready-to-heat side dishes make good times easy. Crowd pleasers like Reese's deviled egg potato salad and macaroni and cheese are full of flavor and quick and easy to serve. Reese's, proud sponsor of good times.
ComEd is preparing the electric grid and providing incentives to make it possible for more households and businesses to make the switch to electric products, like induction cooktops, clothes dryers, heating and cooling systems, and even electric forklifts. Learn more about how we can help create a clean energy future for all at ComEd.com/clean energy. ComEd, powering lives.
Ian Happ, first up, the leadoff man today, has homered, hit into a fielder's choice, and struck out. His homer came with a man on back in the 4th inning. Now Josh Winder, big, strong right-hander, fires. 2 balls and 1 strike on Ian Happ. Michael Busch on deck, and then Seiya Suzuki. Here comes the 2-1. Fly ball, right field, playable for Kepler, and that's out number 1. Cubs got 3 runs in the 3rd inning to turn this game around. They were down by a run. Seiya Suzuki walked to force in the tying run. Isaac Paredes then had a fly ball to right. The sacrifice fly gave the Cubs the lead. And then they added on with 2 more in the 4th inning on a homer by Ian Happ. There is a strike to Michael Busch. Busch with a homer and a walk and a foul out. Winder's pitch just a little bit outside. No game tomorrow. Cubs and White Sox. Crosstown series on the South Side Friday night and Saturday night. Different starting times.
Yeah.
7:10 on Friday night, 6:15 Saturday evening.
And you know the White Sox have been struggling. There's no secret. They got a win last night. But when the two teams play, it's like, a battle of the North and the South. It's in the city, right? It's just going to be one of the – it always is.
The Cubs did win the first 2 here at Wrigley, but had to come from way behind to win both games. Yeah. And there was nothing guaranteed about an easy win or anything like that. after all these years, Ron, I don't think I've ever missed one of the crosstown games.
Right.
You expect a battle, no matter where they are in the standings.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
A lot of emotion in those games. And the fans are just, fans are really into it, which is great.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Here's the 2-2 to Michael Bush, taken high for a ball.
I've told this story before. I was on the on-deck circle in a Cubs uniform at the Cell back then. Now, I grew up 2 neighborhoods over from that ballpark, right? And I got to the on-deck circle, the first game of the series.
Here's the ground ball, base hit center field. Michael Bush stays red hot. He homered earlier. He singles now. And the batter, Seiya Suzuki.
And I walked out, and this guy started wearing me out 2 rows behind me. And I just turned around and I said, you know, about me going to the north side, I go, you do know I grew up 2 miles from here, right? And all the people around him started laughing. And I'm like, we probably played Little League against each other, and he's wearing me out.
Maybe, Ron, as Little Leaguers, you wore him out, and he never forgot it.
Maybe.
It could have been. You might have gone 4 for 4 and celebrated just a little bit too triumphantly.
Maybe. That could be.
Right?
Yeah.
So he thought this was his chance to get even with you.
He won. He got his chance.
Suzuki waiting for the 1-0. That pitch is in there for a strike, 1-1.
I used to laugh, boy, some of the stuff that would, because when I was a Twin, it wasn't nearly as bad, right? They were, hey, welcome home, great. People had signs. Put the Cubs uniform on, that all went away quick.
And now the 1-1, swinging a foul back. People don't really have any way of fully appreciating that where you end up as a big league ball player, there are an awful lot of factors involved.
Yeah. And a lot of them have no relevance.
Almost none of them have to do with you and where you want to be at a certain time or what team you want to play for. It's not your call.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be, but most of the time it's not.
Right. I would agree. Absolutely. I always look forward to going over to the south side of Chicago and playing the White Sox. It'll be a great couple days here and good for our city. It's always a lot of fun. Get to see our old friend Lenny Casper, too. We'll get over there.
He and Darren Jackson on the White Sox radio. We listen to them quite frequently. Now the 2-2 to Seiya Suzuki. Toss to first, not in time.
DJ, my old teammates with the Minnesota Twins. DJ, great guy, great player. Never forgave him. He robbed me of a grand slam in the Metrodome. Haven't liked him since.
Something tells me he hasn't forgotten that moment either.
Yeah, no.
2-2 pitch, fly ball to left. Playable for Larnick. Larnick makes the catch. Happ almost to second, retreats and heads back to first. 2 down. Cubs lead 6-2, and the batter, Isak Paredes. Thinking about Len Casper, though, he was the Cubs TV voice for a long time. And when we got into the postseason, he would join us on the radio crew.
Yeah.
And it was always great to have him. Then a total team player. Here's the pitch on the way. It's in there for a strike. I still remember him interviewing people like Chris Bryant and Anthony Rizzo and Joe Madden after particularly exciting postseason games.
Well, and after Game 7 of the World Series, he was down on the field. You and I were in the booth. Just so much fun. Yeah, Lenny, great guy, great broadcaster, and just a great friend.
Toss to first, not in time.
Him and DJ both do a great job on Cubs or on Sox radio.
Cubs in the lead, 6-2. We're on the bottom of inning number 7. Cubs trying to win 2 out of 3, and also trying to get to within 3 games of the 500 mark. It's always an important number, getting to 500. Here's the 1-1. High fly ball, deep left field. Back goes Larnick. Larnick near the wall, has room, and makes the catch. Cubs don't score, leave one. We go to the 8th inning. Cubs 6, Twins 2. This is the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Chicago Cubs memories are made right here with Pat, Ron, and Zach on the Cubs Radio Network.
Ice cold drinks from McDonald's contain 100% of your daily value of deliciousness. Take a McCafe Oreo frappe with real Oreo cookie pieces. It's $3.54 medium every day, so it's a caramel frappe. Then there's big flavors like frozen Coke, Fanta Blue Raspberry, or Hawaiian Punch. A medium is $2 every day. There are drinks, then there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group used under license. Coca-Cola and Fanta are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company. Hawaiian Punch is a registered trademark of Dr. Pepper 7-Up Inc.
ComEd is preparing the electric grid and providing incentives to make it possible for more households and businesses to make the switch to electric products, like induction cooktops, clothes dryers, heating and cooling systems, and even electric forklifts. Learn more about how we can help create a clean energy future for all at ComEd.com/clean energy. ComEd, powering lives.
When something happens to your kitchen, you might say,
"This is ludicrous."
but that won't fix your home. That will only get you the rapper, Ludacris.
Having trouble? Don't panic. Don't be alarmed. You need to file a claim? Holla at State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
That's right. You can file a claim on the app or call us.
Thanks, Mr. Chris.
No matter how ludicrous the situation, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
Hey, it's Rob Bradford. We all know baseball isn't boring. Well, last week, our founder, Dodgers relief pitcher Joe Kelly, told me about the time he found out on Twitter he was traded. Well, to hear that story and a whole lot more, follow Baseball Isn't Boring in the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Now, scoreboard is fueled by Citgo Dry Clean Gasoline. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. After 6 innings of play, it's the Astros on top of the Rangers 5-3. Yordan Alvarez with a solo home run is 22nd. The White Sox with a 2-0 lead over the A's. They're in the top half of the 5th inning. Andrew Benintendi with a 2-run home run. Top 2, Yankees lead the Angels 2-0. It's game 1 of a doubleheader. And there's one final on the board. The Diamondbacks beat the Guardians 7-3. Pat?
All right, Zach, thank you. To the 8th inning we go. Porter Hodge, long-legged, hard-throwing right-hander on the mound for the Cubs. Facing Matt Wallner. Here comes the 0-1 pitch on the way to Wallner. In there for a call, strike 2. That's the idea. You lead by 4. You come in from the bullpen. You throw strikes. That's a good plan right there. Now the 0-2, down low, 1-2. 7th inning stretch earlier, sponsored by Volvo Plug-in Hybrid Vehicles, electric cars with a backup plan. Visit your local retailer to learn more. Should be getting the attendance here soon. The 1-2 pitch low and outside for a ball, if we don't have it already, that is. Sometimes I think Zach has access to the attendance, and for some reason he does not divulge it right away. Oh, he did already.
Oh, really?
Actually, I saw this piece of paper in front of me and just wanted to get a reaction. The attendance today, 35,059. And it looks like I was the closest in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. I think I'm going to celebrate.
Bye.
Here comes the 2-2 pitch in there for a call, strike 3. Celebrate with a nice quiet night at home.
That sounds like a good celebration to me. It is August.
You know, as you get older, we've talked about this, Ron. We used to be younger when you were a player and then a broadcaster. I've been broadcasting now. This is my 42nd year of Major League announcing. And a high priority at this point is resting in between games. It really is.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound as glamorous or as exciting as maybe you want it to be, but that's just a fact of life. Here's a liner foul down the left field line.
Well, and when you're around 35 to 40,000 people every night. Sometimes quiet is good.
Quiet is good.
Yeah.
Not talking is good.
Uh-huh.
Maybe watching a little TV with your wife.
Mm-hmm.
Listening to some music, playing some word games.
Yeah.
1 ball and 2 strikes on Ryan Jeffers.
And we're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Fastball, strike 3 called. Good pitch right at the knees. Whenever there's a managerial challenge, which involves instant replays, they take a second look. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. 2 outs here in the 8th inning. Back-to-back strikeouts for Porter Hodge. Carlos Santana will look at ball 1.
And this 8th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids, 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars for the Kid. To donate your car today.
Fly ball to center. It's going to be caught by Crow Armstrong. 1, 2, 3 for Porter Hodge. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Cubs 6, Twins 2. This is the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to every Cubs game all season long right here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
At Shirley Ryan Ability Lab, every journey is unique. From learning to walk again after a spinal cord injury to learning to speak again after a stroke. But they all have the same destination: ability. Choose the #1 rehabilitation hospital, the one with the most advanced treatments, the brightest experts, and the most referrals for the toughest cases. Choose Shirley Ryan Ability Lab. ComEd is preparing the electric grid and providing incentives to make it possible for more households and businesses to make the switch to electric products, like induction cooktops, clothes dryers, heating and cooling systems, and even electric forklifts. Learn more about how we can help create a clean energy future for all at ComEd.com/clean energy. ComEd, powering lives.
Jake from State Farm. I'm winning. I finally cleaned my house, so I'm breaking out my new tropical room spray.
Keep winning and create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It's like your own personal paradise.
Ooh, hey, grab me a coconut water.
Bundling, just another way to save with a personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts, and...
Mike Tauchman first up. Caleb Thielbar, a left-hander, is the new pitcher for Minnesota. Lefty to lefty, Tauchman today. Has popped out, walked, and struck out. He lines a base hit to right. Sharp one-hopper between Lee, the second baseman, and Santana, the first baseman. Leadoff single. The Cubs with only 6 hits in the game, but they've drawn a lot of walks, including 5 in the 3rd inning when they scored 3 of their 6 runs.
Yeah, it has been a good offensive day for the Cubs, even though, as you said, not a lot of hits, a lot of base runners. Michael Tauchman has a good day going. He's walked once and singled, so he's been on base twice.
A couple of big home runs, Ron, in the 1st inning. Michael Busch hit one. Ian Happ hit a long 2-run homer in the 4th inning with a man on. Nico Horner will take a strike from Thielbar.
And safe at the plate, Pat, sponsored by Granger. Think safety, think Granger.
Short lead at first by Tauchman. Nico swings and misses, and the count now 1-2. Cubs baseball brought to you in part by Circa Resort and Casino. Get ready for the time of your life. CircaLasVegas.com. The lefty Thielbar is set and fires. Low and inside for a ball. Cubs will have 45 ball games remaining in the regular season after this one. They have several teams that they have to leapfrog over to get into the playoffs. Swinging a foul back, but if they can hang on to this lead, it'll be a 5-2 homestand, and that's the kind of a homestand they really need. And you always play the woulda, coulda, shoulda game. That's
right.
Been going on as long as the game itself. Yes, the Cubs could have swept all 4 with St. Louis. Breaking ball low and in, running and stealing second is Tauchman. No throw. It's a stolen base for Mike. But still, 5-2 is a very good homestand and something to build on to keep it going.
Yeah, absolutely. And all stolen bases are sponsored by Atturo Tire. Find your local Atturo dealer at Atturo.com.
Corner bounces it foul. Cubs will have a 5-game road trip, 2 against the Sox, and then 3 in Cleveland against the Guardians. Here's the payoff pitch. Warner hits a bouncing ball to the right side. Tauchman advances to third as the throw by Lee to Santana is out number 2. And let's see if... Actually, that's out number 1. Let me correct that. Dansby Swanson with an RBI opportunity, and the Twins have to bring the infield in.
Yeah, let's see if Dansby can pay this off now by driving in this run, make it 7-2.
That was a nice piece of hitting by Horner, just to hit it to the right side and get that guy over to third. That's a team play. Swanson takes low and in, ball 1. Dansby nothing for 3 today. Struck out, hit into a fielder's choice, and bounced out. Thielbar, a big left-hander on the mound, delivers 1-0. Fly ball fouled off to the right, out of play. It's an RBI spot. Ron, what's on your mind?
Well, you're looking for that, like that last pitch, that pitch up and out over the plate, whether it be down or up, but something away that you can really drive to the middle of the field and get it elevated. With the infield in, you want to stay away from that ball down and in that you're going to roll over and hook to the defense on the pull side. You want to stay away from the ground ball to short or third.
The 1-1 swing and a miss. He tried to check, couldn't do it. Okay, now with 2 strikes, do you change your approach?
No, I think you're trying to do the same thing. Now the emphasis is on putting the ball in play now, more so than anything else.
And the 1-2 down low, tried to get Swanson to chase a bad ball. Tauchman, the runner at third. Cubs already lead by 4. Swanson looking for the RBI. Gets it with a base hit to left. Sharp ground ball between Castro and Miranda on the left side. Coming in to score is Mike Tauchman, and the Cubs now lead 7-2.
Now, good job by Dansby putting this ball in play after he got behind in the count, and he smokes this ball between short and third. Nothing Miranda could do as this ball is blasted right past him. And he drives in that 7th run for the Chicago Cubs.
37 RBIs this year for Dansby Swanson. Heat Crow Armstrong will swing and miss. He with a single and a fly out and a strikeout today. He started the rally, the 3-run rally in the 3rd, with a base hit and a stolen base. The 0-1 is golfed foul, left side out of play. Cubs will be off tomorrow and play 2 against the Sox over the weekend. The Twins will be going home, and they've got a big 4-game series against the Cleveland Ball Club. Double check that. Yeah, they've got 4 against Cleveland starting on Friday. So
So they get a wraparound series, huh? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday?
Let me correct that. It starts tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah.
Although it says the 8th.
Yeah, that's tomorrow, right? Yeah.
I'm kind of losing track of days lately. Curve low. Running and stealing second base is Dansby Swanson. Had a big jump. Gets the steal. The count 1-2 on Pete Crow Armstrong.
Very nice jump by Dansby. He got a big break off first. Throw up the line, not even close at second.
And the pitch on the way. It's a curveball down low. I see what the deal is. Minnesota has a day off tomorrow. They have a doubleheader, a day-night doubleheader, necessitated from a rainout back in April. So there's where you get the 4 games. Single games Saturday and Sunday. Or Armstrong out on strikes with a big swing, and that's out number 2.
Yeah, for Minnesota, that's a big series for them to be able to play 4 games against Cleveland and try to climb a little bit closer to the Guardians.
Minnesota started the day, Ron, 4 games behind the Guardians. Cleveland has already lost their game to Arizona. So unless the Twins rally, their deficit will remain 4 games behind Cleveland when their series starts on Friday. Now the 1-0. Christian Bethancourt takes inside. It's 2-0.
Bethancourt with a nice day, getting a chance to start today with the day game. Done a good job behind the plate. He's walked. He's doubled and scored a run.
He lines one to left. This is going to be a fair ball. Another run will score. Swanson is home. It's a double for Christian Bethancourt. And the Cubs now lead 8-2.
Well, another great
at bat.
that
puts it on ice, Ron.
Yeah, that's a great at bat. And you just Cubs staying aggressive, playing the game, finishing out this game. But Cubs have had their struggles behind home plate this season on offense. And Bethancourt's come in. He's an excellent thrower and defender. Calls a good game, but boy, he has swung the bat well since joining the Cubs.
Here's the pitch on the way to Ian Happ, swing and a miss. As you were saying that, I immediately thought back to the big 3-run homer he had in one of the 4 games against St. Louis. It started the scoring in a game. Well, it was very early. It was a key blow. Swing and a miss by Happ. I'm a big believer in those 4-game series. Scoring a bunch of runs early in game 1.
Yeah.
Who gets the big hits? Those are big hits to me.
I would agree.
Because they do set a tone sometimes for the entire 4 games. Happ is out on strikes, and so are the Cubs. But they score twice more. A little insurance. We go to the 9th inning. Cubs 8, Twins 2. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
This is your home for Cubs baseball all season long. This is the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
ComEd is preparing the electric grid and providing incentives to make it possible for more households and businesses to make the switch to electric products, like induction cooktops, clothes dryers, heating and cooling systems, and even electric forklifts. Learn more about how we can help create a clean energy future for all at ComEd.com/clean energy. ComEd, powering lives.
Since when did the deli lead to sandwiches by default? Kretschmar meats and cheeses are trimmed and seasoned and aged to perfection. They're made to go beyond sliced bread. Skewer them alongside tropical toppings, mix them into a sub disguised as a salad, or bathe them in bechamel for a magnifique croque madame. Okay, that's technically a sandwich, but it's a really good sandwich. Stop making just sandwiches, because we're Kretschmar, and we're made for more.
See Broadway's spellbinding spectacular in Chicago, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Join the next adventure as Harry and his son set off on a mind-blowing race through time, brought to life before your eyes and beyond your imagination. It's time to believe in magic at Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. September 10th through February 1st at the James M. Niederlander Theater. Get tickets at BroadwayInChicago.com.
Jake from State Farm. I'm winning. I finally cleaned my house, so I'm breaking out my new tropical room spray.
Keep winning and create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It's like your own personal paradise.
Ooh, hey, grab me a coconut water.
Bundling, just another way to save with a personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talk Cubs with us on the Bernstein and Home Show, weekdays 10 a.m. until 2 on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network, WSCR Chicago, WDMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Top 9, 8-2 Cubs over the Twins. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards. Pat?
Julian Merriweather on the mound. Cubs on top 8-2 over Minnesota. Max Kepler is first up. The left-handed batter, 1 for 2 with a walk, swings and misses, and the count 1-1. Getting close to a station break. Not that close, about 59 minutes away.
In the vicinity.
And the 1-1. Check swing, it's down low, 2-1. I think the person who used the phrase multitasking was probably a live announcer.
Yeah, there you go.
Right?
Yeah.
Swing and a miss, 2-2. You are always concentrating on what you're saying, or at least trying to. But there's all kinds of information that's being fed to you. And you're trying to listen to everything and read and watch.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes the 2-2 pitch on the way to Kepler. It's outside for a ball, 3-2. Cubs lost the opener on Monday night, but they've bounced back nicely. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That's out number 1 here in the 9th inning. Kepler is gone. Pretty good fastball by Merriweather, and the batter is Austin Martin.
Yeah, good pitch, little high heater, get the punch out. Hardest working player of the game, sponsored by Bosch Power Tools, what hard workers deserve. And how about Christian Bethencourt, Pat? He has had a very nice day today. Walk, a double, and an RBI. So 2 doubles and a walk, drove in a run, scored a run, and an excellent job behind the plate today, getting the start on the day game. And he will be our hardest working player of the game by Bosch Power Tools.
That is a great choice, Ron, as Austin Martin has a strike. Cubs lead 8-2. There's a fastball low. Time to discuss a catch of the game, sponsored by Catch Des Moines. Catch Fair Fever at the Iowa State Fair. It starts tomorrow.
Fair Fever.
August the 8th. Ron is going to try to be there. August 8th through the 18th. Plan your best days ever at iowastatefair.org.
Now, partner, we do have an off day on Sunday, you and I. We could cruise on out to Iowa, you and I.
It's nice to have options. I think I heard Zach in the background. He wants to go right now after the game today.
Yeah, he's upset he didn't get invited.
Here's a curveball down low.
He's looking for the butter cow.
Catch Des Moines. Catch Fair Fever. In a good way. Here comes the 2-2 pitch on the way. Taken high for a ball, 3-2. But what do you guys like for the catch of the game?
How about the catch of the game, Dansby, on that attempted double play where he dove for the ball up the middle and flipped it to Nico?
Good choice.
How about that one?
Fastball inside, nails the hitter in the left arm. Austin Martin is going to walk slowly to first. I think it got him in the left arm.
Yeah.
So you like the play by Dansby to be the play of the game?
Yeah, I think so. That was an excellent play.
Indeed it is. The best moment of the game today, I would say just that entire bottom of the third inning when the Cubs against the new man out of the bullpen, Trevor Richards, showed a lot of patience. They drew 5 walks and managed a 3-run rally on just one single by Pete Crow Armstrong. But the walks, a sac fly by Isaac Paredes, some stolen bases. I'm going to call that the best moment of the game, sponsored by Loyola Medicine. When things are at their worst, we're at our best. Pop fly, this is going to be out number 2. Swanson in shallow left, slaps the leather on it, 2 down.
A good pitch by Merriweather again, gets the little routine fly ball.
Fans start to stand at Wrigley. I can't think of a better homestand the Cubs have had all year long.
No,
Can you?
Been outstanding. Nope. I would agree.
Trying to go 5-2 against St. Louis and Minnesota. Ground ball to second. Horner throws him out. Cubs win. Cubs win the ball game. They take 2 out of 3 against the Twins. They took 3 out of 4 against